I think it's that I look at my whole life and I see the awful, terrible things in my life and turn it into something funny.
It's time to start the show. The gang is ready. Let's go. Jim and Sam. Jim and Sam. Jim and Sam.
It's happening, you guys. It's happening. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I wish you all were here.
Stop the hammering.
Now you want to get nuts? Come on. Let's get nuts. Oh, no. Let's go crazy. Let's get nuts.
We are beyond the point of this being ironic.
You think so?
Yep. Way beyond the point of irony with this.
I think you might be right.
We are just now we are just truly enjoying it.
It's just what we. It's just
the opening to our dumb show.
Yeah, we just like the song now. It's really ruining things for a lot of people. I always get tweets like, I guess nobody realizes that this song still gets used. Like, I thought I hadn't heard this song in years before we started playing it, but I'm always getting tweets now of like football games playing it.
Oh yeah,
and other shows playing it, and just people getting annoyed every weekend because the asylum has come and ruined their leisure activity.
Oh, I'm really happy if people associate this song, which is used, with other things.
Yeah.
Which means that now when they hear it, it's ruined for them. That's
it's
great.
ruined.
That
Yeah.
makes me happy.
It does, right?
It is weird at radio how like you become you become happy with ruining things for people. Like,
is it radio or is it us as people?
No, I mean, I can only say because it's happened from way back in the days on O&A. Like, I can only say radio, but people, they get things ruined.
Yeah.
And Chip ruins things. Like, maybe it's just us, but it makes me feel good.
Yeah, I think it's just us. I don't think that I think most radio shows don't like take joy in being like, oh, we're ruining your weekend. Like,
I like knowing that.
Me too. I like that too.
Because something's stuck in their head. Like, if something is stuck in someone's head from the show, and they're like, fuck it, I can't stop, and it wrecked it. Like, that makes me so happy.
A lot of radio shows try to get something in your head for the weekend that's like a positive thing.
A party thing or a fun thing?
Right, like something that's like fun that you're going to be thinking about. Like Scorch used to like... Scorch would never want people to... When he played the weekend kickoff song, he would want that to get stuck in people's heads, but he wouldn't want it to like ruin their weekend. He'd want them to be like... on the weekend, like going, let's go smoke some pot, and going like, oh man, that's a fun song that I heard on Friday.
That's terrible.
It was terrible.
So that's the option. Is like to be that like trying to get good things stuck in people's head. Is the Travis dog gone?
The Travis dog. Yeah.
He's gone for a week, right?
I had him euthanized.
Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah. I had the
Is he kenneled up for a week?
I had the Travis dog put to sleep. But don't worry. We got the shitloaf dog.
Yeah.
Man and things.
So Travis is away with his Travis is a weird guy. He loves Disney.
Loves Disney.
He loves Disney.
Yeah, he's going on a Disney cruise, which I've thought more and more because I think we've talked about cruises now a couple times on the show.
Yeah.
I don't
go on one?
No.
Oh, I do.
I don't think I would like a cruise at all. I was on some cruise's website and I was looking through like the rooms. And it just seems so claustrophobic and so inescapable and just people everywhere. I don't think I would like a cruise at all.
Well, you got to go Anthony style. Like that, I do want to do a cruise because I've never done one.
Fiscally more responsible than Anthony.
Yeah, I mean, but Anthony does them every year. E-Rock would do them all the time. I just want to do one or two in my life. I have no real desire to do a bunch.
Yeah.
Just to do it. Just to be on a boat, eat like a fucking fatso, and go back to the room and get my ass eaten. I just want to have a good time for a few days, even if I don't like it, just to experience it.
Yeah, I don't. I eat terribly anyway, so I don't eat that. I could eat bad at home. I always do. So I would rather. I like driving. I'll go on a road trip somewhere.
All right, that's fine.
Like
I don't want to drive. Would you drive cross country?
Definitely. I was honestly like, I'm so sick of all that stuff. I'm sick of planes too. I'm so sick of everything that when we were in L.A., we left L.A. Wednesday, and I didn't have to be back until Monday. I was on the flight there, I was looking up how long it would take to drive in a rental car cross country, and I was like, if I leave Wednesday morning and drive 10 hours a day, I'll be home by Sunday and I can do the show on Monday.
But why would you want to do that? Like, why, like, because especially if you're not with Jess and the kid, like, to drive by yourself cross country would be so bizarre.
That's why I didn't, because it's 4 days. That's a little long. But just...
Yeah,
so
you're Neil Peart. Just taking a fucking...
just so you don't have to, go through the whole rigmarole of travel, then get on a plane. I always feel like shit on the plane and feel like shit when I get off the plane. I don't like going to the airport. I don't like not one part of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit of a pain in the ass, but, again, it's 6 hours instead of 4 days.
It is a huge, when you put it like that, it's a huge time differential.
It's a huge, usually safer way to travel. And then you're home with your wife and your kid, and you can hang out with the baby and do what you want to do and pet the dumb dog.
Yeah, I like the dog, too.
Yeah.
I think I just like control more and more.
4 days on the road by yourself would drive you nuts.
You think so?
Yeah, control. Look,
at least I'd have good company, huh?
That's a good point. I was going to say that. We all like control. Everyone likes it. I like to have it when I drive. But then you're never in control because everyone else on the road. You have less control in a car than you do in a plane because you can control what you do, but you can't control what any of the other fucking 10,000 people you'd pass.
But you can get out of the car at any moment.
How often do you?
I like to have the option.
How often? I know options
How
are
often
good.
do I take advantage of the option?
Almost never.
Not that often.
Yeah.
Unless I get a little hungry.
And you won't. But yeah, on a plane you can eat too.
You
quickly.
could.
And you'd be in 6 hours, you're on the ground. 5 hours. Come back from
That's
LA.
true. I mean, you can go and then you can eat wherever you want. You don't have to look for a roadside attraction.
Yeah, absolutely. Then find a toilet that's tolerable. Oh no, I gotta find a place to sleep. Are there bed bugs here?
Oh, that's
my
true.
God, I gotta get gas. Oh shit, how many miles did I put on this rental car? Oh fuck, what's the weather like in this state? Oh come on, man. If you're gonna do it as a trip with take a week to go cross country,
and that's your plan.
Yeah,
Right.
I got my family. I want to do it, but I would do that. But just to do it, oh, forget it.
I'm at the point where I think 6 hours is my limit, but I'll probably push to 7. If it's 6 to 7 hours away or less, I'm driving.
Oh, for me, it's 5.
I get that. I think I would go as high as 6 or 7 because after you get past that, it's like it doesn't make sense.
5 hours in the car, and like DC is my limit. I'll do Boston, of course.
Yeah.
DC. I think last year on the tour I did like Vermont or whatever. Like, yeah, you drive up there. It's a pain in the ass, but you can come home at night. But anything like 8 hours, fucking forget it.
Too
Carolina, no, not happening. Virginia, none of that shit.
Yeah.
You just spend too much time in the car and you're like, this sucks. And it's not safer. You're literally putting your
It's not like safety necessary. I like driving. I don't like flying.
But the pilots, you got a couple guys to worry about. But in the car, when you think numerically, how many people pass you every day and that could drive you into a head-on collision?
I mean, we were just talking about it yesterday. Stupid rubberneckers rear-ending each other for no apparent reason.
That was a great story.
You love that?
Yeah, that made me really happy.
Did that make your day better?
Absolutely.
That's good. That's good.
It made me very, very pleased to hear that.
I can't believe, with all this talk about the shooting in Las Vegas.
I haven't heard about it.
Oh yeah, there was a big one earlier this week.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah. We'll catch up. I'll catch up on that
Please
later.
do, yeah.
But OJ getting out of jail has been like a forgotten thing.
Right.
OJ hasn't even been talked about, and I thought the audio, they got one bit of audio of him because like a TMZ guy found him. I don't think it was right when he got out of jail. It was definitely on his ride back from jail to Las Vegas, but I don't know at what point it was. But one TMZ guy got him, and I thought his one sort of 60-second interview since going to jail was so hilarious and so OJ. Like he's still
same guy.
That guy after 9 years in jail.
How'd the guy get him? Did you think he just used common sense and assumed where he'd be coming back?
Well, I don't know because they didn't announce what time he was leaving unless he got tipped off.
He might know somebody.
Yeah, maybe he got tipped off to when he was leaving, and he had just enough time to meet him halfway, or maybe he met him in Vegas. I don't know, because he said something about being on the road for 5 hours or something like that.
By himself?
No, he had a driver.
Okay.
He had somebody driving him.
Well, let's see what he said. I would like to see. I didn't see that 1 minute. I knew that he talked to somebody very briefly.
Of all the tapes and everything, I have never seen OJ appear to have an ounce of remorse. I don't know if he's convinced himself that he's innocent of these crimes or what, or maybe he didn't do it. Because I've never seen him have an ounce of remorse. But he doesn't even... Here's why I think he did it. Not only because the evidence is overwhelming, but also because not only does he not have an ounce of remorse. But he doesn't seem to have, he's never had any sadness that this happened.
But every time, here's what probably happens. Every time he starts to feel bad about it, a girl like, oh my, he remembers what she did that made him angry.
You think so?
All he does is goes, you know, I can't, Nicole, Marcus Allen, oh, that fucking bitch. That fucking bitch. He just remembers it all over again. And then he gets him mad again and he's okay with it. Or he has convinced himself that he's innocent because he's probably a sociopath, but he's also probably got CTE. That's my guess with OJ. I do think he has CTE.
I do too. And it could have been one of those, you know, sort of rageful moments where it wasn't even him doing it. But I think that's such a funny premise. That he is still, like, all he has to do, because he's still got that rage over what she did. So all he's got to do is think back about it, and then everything's justified.
Everybody wonders, why does he have a fucking Marcus Allen card with him at all times? That's so he doesn't have to regret killing his wife.
Yeah. It's all justified. It's all no problem to him.
He said he's going to do he wants 7 figures to do an interview. Well, what is that? Is that like, that's $6 million, $5 million, something like that? $3 million?
It could be 1 million. I mean,
yeah,
but it's probably.
I'd heard like 3.
Yeah, I think he said 3 to 5 million, maybe. If you remember, when he first got done with the trial, the only interview that he did was the pay-per-view special. You remember when he did that?
I don't remember.
He did a pay-per-view special where he like hired a guy to interview him, and he said, "Don't worry, this will be like a legit interview." Blah blah blah. And people paid pay-per-view to watch the one interview that OJ was going to do.
And how was it?
Terrible. You learned nothing. It was just, I mean, it was a ridiculous, insane money grab. And people, I mean, because of course you're going to buy it because you want to hear this guy talk.
But how is he going to get money, millions? It's all going to go to the Goldmans.
I know. I don't know what he thinks he's doing. Because
does he get to keep a percentage of that? Like, does he need millions because to make 50,000?
Maybe
he's got to maybe he gets to keep 90 or 80% of whatever he earns because they have to let him live.
You mean the Goldmans get to keep 90?
No, I'm sorry. Yes, OJ maybe gets like 10 or 20%.
Yes.
So if he does that, does he need to like have an exorbitant amount? This way he can keep something to live on.
That might be it. Because I mean, Ron Goldman has already been in the paper. Fred Goldman is the dad. Fred Goldman's already been in the paper with his lawyer, being like, now that OJ's out, we just want him to know we'll be following him everywhere. Great. It's never going to leave him. Like this guy, because his wife's dead, right?
Did the wife die? I don't know if she died. I'm not sure.
I know the son is confusing him with the Ramseys, but I think I feel like the wife is dead. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like just white people whose kids are dead. I feel like
I wish Mr. and Mrs. Roberts.
They do have that same stash. Yeah, I think that I don't know if I feel like the wife's dead. I never see the wife anymore. But this Fred Goldman is justifiably obsessed. I've never seen a guy not let go of a crime like this guy, and I love it.
It's the reason he's not. It's the way he has probably prevented himself from getting a rifle and shooting him.
Right.
It's like the rage he has at this guy for murdering his son. The only way he can do it is go, okay, you know what? I can't kill him. Mm-hmm. I'll ruin his life.
I'm gonna fuck with him every day,
and I'll wring him out like a fucking dish rag and take everything.
Yeah, and I'm not even gonna do anything with it. It's not a money grab. I don't care about the money. I just care about making sure that he gets reminded of my name every day, every dollar that comes in.
OJ cannot not think of his son. Like, you can't not think of Ron Goldman for the... What was that, 1994, that the actual acquittal was?
Yeah.
So it's 04, 23 years ago.
The acquittal might have been 95.
Oh, the crime was 94, yeah.
The crime was 94.
So you figure at least 22 years ago.
Yeah.
A lot of people go to jail for life without parole, but a lot of people go to jail for fucking 15, 18 years for murder. Crime of passion. Yeah. That might have been considered a crime of passion where he blacked out.
Manslaughter it becomes instead of murder, whatever it is.
Yeah, if he had some kind of a... oh, no, there's no way because he covered it up. He would have went forever. But Ron Goldman really... his father really is going after OJ for fucking...
A lot of people in like the Fred Goldman position... they'll want to let go of it, right?
To have peace for themselves.
Right, so they'll just kind of drop it and allow kind of life to go on for everybody. Not Freddie boy.
They're like, God has probably said to him, I want to give you peace. He's like, no, I'm good.
Yeah, no, God.
I'm all set.
Yeah.
I'd rather not have peace. I'll give up my peace since my son can't have peace. I'll give up my peace, and I'll just ruin this guy's life.
Yeah, good news. Good news, God. I found a new reason to live.
Yeah.
To fuck OJ's life up.
See, this guy cut my son's throat.
Yeah.
And I'd like him to remember that for the rest of his fucking worthless life.
Yeah.
And he's not going to make money off it.
My son was returning a pair of sunglasses and maybe hoping to get his dick sucked.
That's right.
And he gets his throat slit.
Cock blocked and murdered. Yeah. Let's see what he says, because I didn't realize I'd not see this interview. He still looks the same. He's a little heavier, but fucking Fred Goldman.
He's not gonna shave that mustache either. No, he's gonna make sure that mustache haunts OJ.
No, yeah, that's the hey OJ, look who it is.
Yeah. Hey, check out the handlebars. Do you know the rage? If OJ saw a picture of my father, because he's got the same mustache, do you know the rage OJ would be driven into?
By seeing your father?
By seeing my dad.
Same one I am.
I'd much rather see him be in jail. I have this weird notion that bad people who have committed crimes belong in jail. Not getting out early, not getting out at all in some cases.
Is this an LA thing or here? I thought the day when it was happening.
Yeah, I think definitely.
Look at his sandals.
It's awful audio.
Face and covered his head in the bag and took his car and left.
That's what he's talking about. He just wants OJ to be in jail forever.
At some point.
The first time in the meeting.
Do you think that there's any doubt in Goldman's mind that OJ did it? Do you think that he's ever given it? Well, maybe he is innocent.
I think Fred Goldman wants to run up on a gun. I think Fred Goldman wants to shoot him. And I think that Fred Goldman, besides the punishment element of him being in jail, if he's in jail, I can't shoot him. I really think he has such rage towards OJ. I think that he wants to murder him. And he knows that if OJ's in jail, he can't. Like, okay, I can't kill him because he's in prison.
If Fred Goldman was told he had 3 months to live, do you think he would get a gun and shoot OJ?
At first, I think he'd dig Cochran up and shoot his corpse. I don't know if he'd shoot Barry Scheck. Barry Scheck's a DNA guy,
You
and
think he hates Cochran?
with a vengeance, more than Marsha Clark hates him. He probably hates Cochran. Yeah.
Well, do you think he's pissed at Chris Darden for that goddamn glove idea?
No, I don't think he's mad at them at all. I think he thinks they did the best they could, and he hates the jury. Yeah, I think he hates that jury. But I think OJ's the one that he really wants, and I do think that he would. If 3 months left to that's an interesting question. Would you try to shoot him? Depending on what Fred Goldman's family life is still like, he's still got a daughter, and I don't. Can we check if the wife's dead? I don't know if she is or not. Maybe he wouldn't for his wife's sake, but if he has no wife, if his wife has passed away,
Say his wife's passed away.
I think you're thinking of the Ramseys.
I might be thinking of the Ramseys. Another.
She's alive.
She's alive, huh?
Yeah, so he might not because he want to leave his wife.
The Ramsey mom is dead, right?
Patsy Ramsey is dead.
Yeah.
Jean Benet not alive.
Is Jean Benet dead?
She passed away.
Okay.
Yes, I was as shocked as you are.
Yeah, that's terrible. Beautiful girl.
Yeah.
Nobody take this from me because this is my movie idea that I'm going to write. So I'm saying it on the air so nobody can take it. But how great would a movie be if it was like Death Wish, except it was Fred Goldman and he went around and he just got guns. His wife is dead now. Okay,
Right.
He's got so we dramatize it a little bit. But first he goes around and he starts killing all the jurors. He shoots them all dead. And then he's got to go kill the lawyers. And then finally the climax of the movie is he gets to kill OJ.
You shouldn't have said that out loud. That's a pretty good idea for a movie.
It's a great idea. Well, I said out loud, so this is copyright. It's like mailing a letter to yourself.
No, but that's a great idea because what you do is you wouldn't do it OJ because there's too many real people.
Sure.
So and it would be too easy. So what happens if there's a cop and he's looking up this random case of the serial killers murdering these people, and he wants to know why they're murdering these people, and they're random. And the connection is that they were on a jury together X amount of years ago, and they acquitted somebody or they convicted somebody, or they did something. That's the connection. They're on a jury.
I would just make it the same story as OJ, except because that's real life, you can't use that. So I would use Willie Beeman from Any Given Sunday instead of OJ.
See, I never saw that.
Yeah, Willie Beeman.
Yeah, I know he is.
Because Willie Beeman, he was like the OJ.
Who played him? We had him in.
Jamie Foxx.
Oh no, we didn't have it. Okay.
No, but we had somebody. We
talked about him recently.
John McGinley in.
Okay,
John
that's
C.
what we're
McGinley, because he was the Dan Patrick type guy. Not really. Mike, not Dan Patrick. Who's the other guy? Jim Rome type guy.
Yeah.
Of that movie, who went up to Willie Beeman and said, "Your smack is so fresh." I love Any Given Sunday. It's a terrible portrayal of the NFL. It's not accurate, but I love that movie.
But that's a good idea for a movie, though.
Yeah.
But you make it like they can't figure out the connection.
Right.
And then they realize that they're a jury and he has to save the last one.
It's like 12 Angry Men, except they're all getting killed.
Yeah, but you can't blow it early. Like you can't have a gavel in the beginning of it.
Right. Right. And they're like, why are all these people getting killed? You go, I don't know, jury's out.
You start off, though, with a guy getting out of prison.
Right.
That's how you start off, with a guy getting out of jail.
And he's going to go seek his revenge because he's in jail for a crime he didn't do, but now he's going to do some crimes.
Or 1974, and the guy's going into jail or getting out or something like that. Some weird shit like that.
It's Michael Douglas. It's Wall Street 3. He went back to jail again, but this time, instead of investing, he's going to kill everybody.
I know, that's what he's doing. He's killing them with a gavel. That's what he's beating them to death with a fucking gavel. It's a good idea.
You want to see? You want to see OJ's?
I do. Yes.
This is his first public statements outside of prison, and you would think. I mean, I was blown away at the parole hearing, because like there were these moments when he didn't know his mic was on, but he was on television, and he was just life of the party guy. Like he was just like making jokes, like, "Hey, this guy over here. I mean, what's this guy doing? Am I right? I'm kidding." Wait, it's like juice.
We've been called out, or I've been called out. I'm almost glad this exists. Chris in Chicago, please set us straight.
Hey guys, yeah, you have a great idea, Jim, for your movie idea with the juries, but Boys from Brazil kind of took that maybe 30, 40 years.
Was that about a jury?
No. Can I give the? Am I going to ruin it if I tell you what happens?
I've seen Boys from Brazil. I think many years ago. I don't remember it, but I know I've seen it. So I was probably in there from that.
And Willie Beeman's not in it.
That's true.
No, Gregory Peck's in the movie, I believe.
Yeah, I did see it.
So in the book, guys are dying. These 65-year-olds,
and they're old Nazis, right? They're Nazis.
No, these 65-year-old guys all over the country, all over the world are dying, and this one guy can't figure out why. Oh. Make a long story short, they were given babies back in the day, adopted babies that were actually Hitler clones. And because Adolf Hitler's father was killed at 65, these Nazis are trying to make everything happen to raise the next version of Hitler.
Oh, okay. That's totally different. Thank you very much. That's a different one. Killing people for a weird reason is different than a jury. It's totally different. Thank you very much, Chris.
Yeah, no.
No, that's not the same thing.
Honestly, we could both make our movies where you make your prisoner who kills a jury movie, and I'm going to make my Fred Goldman type kills the jury, and then the lawyers, and then Willie Beeman.
Nah, we have to make one movie. We'll collaborate, since I've come up with a lot more of it than you did, even though you came up with the idea.
What are you talking about? You didn't come up with more of it.
Sure I did.
You came up with different parts.
I did gavel. The gavel killer.
The gavel killer. It's a terrible idea.
Oh, someone's saying
I would not like to collaborate with you.
Okay, no, it's already been done.
Oh,
anyway.
Law-abiding citizen. I remember that one.
Oh, so you did.
That one's a little different.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not the same.
I got one.
And Willie Beeman's not in that either.
I'm going to do one where there's 12 murders and they happen really fast, and it's the lawyer shooting the jury right there, and then he has to go on trial, and then he sneaks a gun and he shoots the jury for his, so like we can't try this guy because he's killing everyone, and he goes free.
Two juries
in a row.
so he murdered two juries
in a row
in cold blood, and they were like, "Well, we would try him, but he keeps killing the jury,
and we're scared.
So we don't want to. We're not going to kill another 12 people."
Did you ever see? Did you ever see? The Star Chamber with Michael Douglas and Hal. I think Hal Holbrook might be in that.
No.
It's about a lawyer who gets together.
Is that why Dennis calls his little closet studios the Star Chambers?
Yeah. Excuse me. It's about a bunch of judges. Michael Douglas has to let these killers go. This killer go due to a technicality, and he doesn't want to do it, but he has to because the law says so. Mm-hmm. And then it looks like this guy goes out and with someone else and murders a kid or something like that. So the older judge comes to him and says, "We have a group. We do something about this." And there's a group of judges that gets together, and when people are freed who have committed the crime, they hire someone to kill the person. It's a great fucking.
That's a great premise.
Great premise.
Why don't they remake that movie?
I don't think you need to.
I'm not going to watch a 1983 movie about judges, but I'll watch it if they remake it.
There's not much difference except the cell phones.
I'm not watching it if it's from '83. let's remake it.
They wouldn't do as good a job.
You don't think so?
No, I mean Michael Douglas. Who else is in that?
It'd be a white terrorist criminal or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, Yaphet Kotto, I forgot was in that. Hal Holbrook. James C. King is really fucking. He was James B. C. King actually in Hill Street Blues.
Yeah, I'm not watching this movie.
Oh, let me see who else in that.
I'll watch the remake though. I love the concept.
Jack Kehoe. Okay.
Yeah, this is very old.
Good fucking movie. Oh, Larry Hankin. Wow. Anyone who's seen The Star Chamber, it's the shit.
It sounds good.
Yeah, it's great.
You want to see
Is OJ? Yes.
You want to see OJ leaving? They catch him in his car. He's already left jail.
Yeah.
And somebody I think it was actually Splash News and TMZ just posted it or something like that. But they caught him again. They got him on video and they talked to him.
Juice. How's it feel to be out? Juice.
Hey, how in the world? Y'all stalking me? Jesus, man.
Where you guys headed?
Well, one, none of your business. Two, I'm in the car for the last 5 hours, so how do I know how it feels to be out? And, hey, man, look, I've been in nowhere, USA for the last 9 years doing nothing. Nothing has changed in my life. What do you guys, what do you expect? I mean, there's nothing changed now. Please, all right, can I have a break here?
All right.
Thank you. God bless. Take care, guys. Yeah. Nothing's changed.
He doesn't really want the camera to go. Like
he's really not. Why you have the door open?
He's left the window rolled up. And he's still media trained. Charming guy who's angry. Like, oh, what are you guys stalking me? I'm kidding you.
Yeah, he's really oddly. He sounds good though.
That's what's so strange. He sounds great.
Why is that on Twitter today?
There's a picture of one of our old employees wrapped up in plastic wrap, wearing cocksucker red lipstick.
I think the more humiliating thing than that is my hand position.
Your dainty hands.
My hand position is really old palsy fingers.
Yeah, if our former employee who wore that, if he hadn't made such this is a good lesson for people. If he hadn't made such a big deal about not wanting the video of him wearing cocksucker red lipstick to get out there, people probably wouldn't take such joy in posting the photos of him doing humiliating things.
Yeah, I don't think they'd care. Nobody would think of it.
No. Yeah, it's really strange. Like OJ's brain has to be donated to science when he's dead because it is so weird. Even if devil's advocate, he's innocent. He's not. But devil's advocate
might be.
He could be. He's probably not.
Probably not.
Devil's advocate, he's innocent.
Sure.
Even after everything he's gone through, to still have any bit of him that's the least bit jovial is crazy. Like you would think that he would have been broken by the system enough, if he's innocent, that he would not be a fun guy.
Ian's still in a decent mood. But I've been doing nothing for 9 years. He's bitter that he went to jail because he forgets that he killed somebody.
Right.
So he literally is bitter that he went to jail. Over that.
Well, yeah, because
and he's kind of right about that.
He's right. He's like, I shouldn't have been in jail for 9 years.
He shouldn't have.
Come on, man, nothing's changed for me. And they're like, well, yeah, but I mean, OJ.
Yeah,
like, what are you in a good mood about?
Nothing for 9 years.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
but he's still kind of smiling. He knows how to smile for the camera. He looks well rested.
But he's truly stupid though. Like you beat a double, almost beheading homicide.
Right.
Behave.
Yeah.
Just fucking stop.
Just be cool. What's going on?
No, I'm just having them do those because our guest
turn off the TVs, right?
Our guest
things are already in a disarray today.
Why? What's happening? I just there's we're having a meeting in the studio.
Well, because we need to turn the TVs off.
Yeah.
The remote's nowhere to be found. The graphics went up here today, so somebody had the remote today.
Oh. Who put the graphics up?
Nico.
The intern? So where'd the remote go?
He said he put it back.
Hey, I don't know where the remote is.
It's not where it usually is.
Hey, it fell off a truck.
where is back? Where did he find it? Maybe he did put it back. Where did he put it?
Yeah.
Well, this is where it usually is.
Yeah,
Troy's pointing at his asshole.
Usually keep it nice and tucked up here.
They're looking in the bin. Oh my God, it's a whole thing.
Why?
Back in the bin.
It was in the bin.
Who put in the? Maybe that's where it was, right?
No, it's not where it was.
Although, I mean, you know, it's not like it's this grand thing. If Jim, within 30 seconds, could be like, hey, did you guys look in the bin? Like, you can't, it's not that.
Did I say that?
Didn't you just say, like, is it in the bin? Maybe it's in the bin, or maybe I heard you?
No, I think I saw Rob looking.
Oh.
I think I saw Rob looking. I'd love to take credit, but no, I believe I saw young, handsome Rob modeling it up over the bin.
I don't know. I'm on Nico's side. I just find myself on Nico's side.
Yeah, I don't have any issue with Nico.
No.
You know?
Nico's the new intern who we haven't met yet.
Yeah, he's a wafer.
If we have time, we should maybe meet him today.
I would like to meet him.
I wanted to meet him yesterday. We had time yesterday, but he wasn't here yesterday.
I'm gone tomorrow doing gigs in Arizona, but
yeah.
maybe
I'm not interested in meeting him when you're not here.
I would like to meet him either today or.
There's video of
Go Harder.
One of our former employees having Go Harder's butt rubbed in his face.
Think he's happy that that's being tweeted?
No, we should retweet it.
Okay. Should I retweet all these?
I guess not all of them. Just
what about that one?
I would say just the.
I would say just the one with the butt in his face, right?
Not
Yeah.
this one?
Nah, just the one with the butt in his.
Okay.
Just that one. Yeah, I
'Cause
like
his face
that.
isn't showing in that one.
Right. And if people really want to find it, they can just follow that chain of tweets anyway. Yeah. just send it a retweet because we are talking about it, you know, on the air.
Sure.
I love Go Harder.
He's great.
He is great.
Is his name? What's his name now? Chris Harder.
Chris
He changed
Harder.
it. Yeah. So we have Michael Madsen coming in shortly. So normally we film these, so I just had to ask. Maybe we could just turn the TVs off, so when he walks in, we don't have to do it.
Of course,
because
yeah.
he's coming in mid-break.
Makes perfect sense. Michael Manson's coming in because he's got a new
An animated series.
Yeah, cartoon show. It's called Explosion Jones. It's actually funny. It's just like he's just a big brute kind of 80s type action guy in a cartoon. It's like it's got an Adult Swim vibe to it.
He never sucks.
Michael
he
Madsen?
never sucks, man. He's always fucking. I've never seen him be anything but great.
Yeah. But he's got movies that he thinks he sucked in.
No, there might be movies that are not good, or that he might think he sucked in. Like, for instance, I'm going to ask him about. I did not realize he was in Internal Affairs.
Okay, well, I'm going to ask him before you get there.
Did you ever see that with Richard Gere?
Internal Affairs?
Richard Gere is so good as a scumbag cop in that.
No.
And there's a moment where Richard Gere's talking to his partner.
Is he walking around stiff-legged? To try to keep whatever's up there?
No. I don't know what you mean.
Well, he used to put gerbils on his ass.
Okay. I thought it was a cop thing. No. No, he's... Yeah, he's like a real dirty cop, and he's telling this one guy, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fuck your wife in the ass, and I'm going to teach her how to come. And the way he's talking to his partner, like the guy's going to go to jail. I forget why he's doing it.
Who's he saying that to?
Like his cop partner.
Why is he saying it to his partner?
Because he's fucked him over, and he's like rubbing it in or something. It's been many, many years since I've seen it.
Christ.
But you're like, oh my God, that's so awful to have to hear that if you're a guy.
I thought he was talking to like a criminal that he was trying to get to crack under
No, he's mad
pressure.
at his partner. His partner's going to turn him in or something. And then he said his partner, again, somebody else remembers this. I don't remember.
Did he have anal sex with his partner's wife?
No, I don't know if it happened or not, but he's telling him, I'm going to fuck her in the ass, teach her how to come. I just remember that.
I'd be like, no, yeah, right. You and what army?
Fuck yeah.
Thanks, man.
Well, we know what army.
The Chip Army?
Yeah, Michael Madsen. That's what I was when I was an angry boy.
A mad son?
I want to ask him about being in that movie. I want to ask him about being in Eternal Affairs. Such a good film. I just wish I could remember more of it.
Yeah.
I don't remember much, other than the fact that I liked it.
Just funny that we have Michael Madsen coming in because we were just talking about Michael Madsen with Jennifer Tilly earlier this week.
That's right. We just had her in, and they were in the getaway together. And there's that weird scene, that cuck scene, which I didn't ask her because Jennifer does enjoy a good conversation. She's a chatty lady, but she's a good interview because she talks.
She's a great interview. You sometimes don't get to all your questions.
One of my questions was about the cuckolding thing, and it wasn't more much of a question. It was more like, wow, thanks for leading me down that road.
Right. It was just to point out, like, hey, I first saw the cuck lifestyle in your film.
Yeah.
And now I live it.
Yeah. I haven't lived it in a long time. It's more the fantasy of the cuck lifestyle.
Right.
More the idea of it. More the conversation of it than the person doing it.
Well, it's tough to be in a real relationship and actually want that
No, you can do it.
for real.
People do it. I know people who've done it.
Yeah.
I've done mild versions of it in my life, but I don't think I could do it in a real relationship. Could I have someone out fighting? No, I just couldn't. I've mellowed a little bit. It's more mild fantasy now. Like,
You just want to, the idea?
Yeah.
Cuckolding is just a mild fantasy?
Yeah, I'm a weird 50-year-old. I don't have the midlife crisis I have is not panic and oh my God.
I love your midlife
I gotta
crisis.
act younger. Oh my God. I gotta do that. Like, I do want to go on a cruise and a couple little things, but I've wanted to for 10 years.
Your midlife crisis is to act like a 50-year-old.
Yeah, it's really just to do like fun, mellow things.
Yeah.
My midlife crisis is like, yeah, I wouldn't mind if the girlfriend and I actually if it goes further. I wouldn't mind going on a boat ride for a week.
I'd like to settle down a little bit.
I just want to do mellow shit.
No, yeah, I think that's great. Well, you've been acting like a young man for this entire time.
Yeah, I don't. And
so it's not like you could have a midlife crisis where you were like, oh, I'm gonna relive my youth. Like you didn't stop with your youth.
It's been nothing but fucking. I literally, thanks to my friend helping me, my buddy who's really good at design.
Me?
I have what? No, I said, hey, buddy, and I said, good.
Oh.
And I had something on my wall. I finally had pictures hung up on my wall. I didn't know how to do this for I didn't. He taught me how to do a gallery wall, and it looks fucking great. But they're all Sabbath and Ozzy pictures.
Right.
It's all. Here's what my goal is next week. I bought a fucking Blacklight Kiss poster. I want to have framed. I am a true ass.
I'm not that far away. I literally, over the weekend, had the tape measure out so I could measure out on my wall where to put my my artwork that I was hanging up, so I could measure out where I'm going to space out my velvet on acrylic paintings of different wrestlers.
Here's what you do, and this is what he taught me, and I would never have thought of this. Take an exact measurement of the wall, heighten it, and then take blue painter's tape and put it on the floor, roughly the size of the wall,
right?
And then lay them out a certain way.
Oh, that's interesting.
And you'll fucking see how to space them, and you could stand up and do like a panoramic photo. And I did that, and I'm like, nope, no. I went through 6 different things, and then when he was over, he showed me this thing, and I'm like, oh fuck, that looks good, but it looks wrong. And then we made one switch on the floor. And I'm like, that's what it is. And we already had it measured out so you could kind of see how you wanted it spaced. Dude, it was a whole thing. But
and now your wall of 70s and 80s rock stars looks perfect.
Fucking, yes. It looks wonderful. And me. There's a happy boy in those pictures.
You're in them.
But that's, it's like, just having somebody show me that, I never would have thought of it.
Right.
But it really helped a lot. I'm not good at that stuff.
No.
And if you do it wrong, I have one Kiss picture I hung a little too high in my other thing. It's my favorite picture in the world, and I want to lower it, but I can't because I have the nail hole in the wall.
Right.
So I got to have somebody come and cover the hole up and then put it at the right height. I held my Patrice Benefit thing up finally in a place of honor in the living room.
You can't cover up a nail hole?
No, because you got to spackle it and repaint it.
Yeah, just get a little spackle and throw a little paint on that.
Yeah, no. That's not how you do it. No,
that's not for you.
No, I don't put anything on that little sumbitch.
Okay,
I'm not good at it.
Oh,
I admire people who are. I don't look down on it. I can't do it.
I've been learning to do that stuff. I do the basics now.
You do? That's good. You're a homeowner.
Jess is
without
very...
the ner. Sorry.
Just let that sink in for everybody.
Yeah, it was a fucking dud.
No, I thought it was good, actually.
Right now, Travis is hearing... He's on a boat missing that joke.
No, Jess is very, very impressed with me when I do things. Like, she wanted handles. We have like a cabinet, in the bathroom.
Sure.
And she wanted handle. Oh, that was a bad.
Thanks, buddy.
Bad fart.
I appreciate it.
By the way, this mic is insane.
Yeah, it's fucking like the mayor of Jostle City over there.
Yeah, any touch of it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, sends it for a loop.
Perfect.
But she wanted handles put on the cabinet in the bathroom, and she was very, very impressed when I let her know that no, I got the drill. I can measure it out, drill the holes, put the handles on, and it'll be. You don't have to get a contractor for that. She was like, oh my! She was watching me do it. She was like, she was amazed.
How'd you get the screws in there? Did you go in which way did you go in?
You just took the electric drill and just put it in from the front.
From the front, okay, that's great.
Yeah.
Don't you feel good when you do something like that?
It's like a superpower.
I've never done it.
Yeah, it's great.
I don't build anything.
Yeah.
I'm looking right now at my hands. These construct nothing.
Yeah, because I learned how to do like all kinds of little carny stuff when we were building out the basement.
From Kevin.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
So I took all that with me. I'm hiding the wires in the walls and putting on like like there's just wire coming out of the wall.
Yeah.
So I put the wire in. I wired the Ethernet, like the Cat 6 cable. I stripped the wire and I put it in the plug. And then I bought like all kind. I did like 2 trips to Home Depot on Saturday. It's amazing. It's amazing. A nice little Saturday. I don't know if we'll have time.
It's nice to be able to do it yourself, though, because you don't have to wait for people to come.
I'm so furious waiting for somebody to come in the basement and fix some flooring.
Yeah.
It's been weeks.
Why are they coming?
They just, everything is just slow.
It does get really bad.
I'll be by this afternoon. No. Oh, yeah, I'll call you back on Tuesday. It's Thursday. You haven't called.
I know. That's fucking horrible.
It's infuriating on all I want to do, because I can do everything else. But I can't do flooring.
No.
Right. Just get the flooring. You guys get the flooring done, and then we'll be good to go. I can finish doing what I need to do.
Yeah, it's frustrating.
Yeah, it's frustrating.
But to do this little touch-up stuff, maybe I'll wait until the walls are done, and then whichever one I'm going to move, I'll have somebody come and do.
I got a jar of spackle in my house. I'll come over and do it for $50.
No, I wouldn't trust you to spackle and repaint and sand. It's the whole thing.
I haven't done it yet, but I'm sure I could learn by doing.
You probably could, but the idea is the painting. I want it to look like it blends right in, and I forget which paint it is. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, I have the paint left over, so I have like cans of paint that were actually used on the walls.
I think I have it too, but I just don't know where it is.
Oh, okay.
In the basement.
Yeah. Yeah, so if I need to repaint something, I got the wall paint right there.
A fucking guy was coming in. I had one of the maintenance guys fixing with the shower head. There was something on my shower head, and the water pressure is not as good as it was, so I thought they did something different. And he's fucking standing in my shower, and then he's just getting out and walking on my floor. I'm like, look, this is not necessarily a marble, but you could at least try to wipe your feet. Jesus Christ. Some maintenance guys are so careful. This guy didn't give a fuck.
He didn't care. It's not his place.
I mean, literally didn't give a fuck.
He's like, I'm not housekeeping. I'm the maintenance guy. You want it clean, call somebody else.
Jesus, I've never seen anybody care less about what my floor looked like.
He didn't care at all.
It was like he was dragging a body. Like you come in and murder, he's fucking dragging a body across the floor.
But he didn't put that nice Patrick Bateman plastic down?
No.
He
did not put anything down.
That's not good.
I had to put a towel down. He went, oh, thank you. Like I was looking out for his safety. Like, you think I care if you slip?
He said thank you when you put a towel.
Yeah, like I was worried about him. I don't care if your head opens up like an eggplant. I just don't want you doing it on my floor. I don't want your dumb, dirty feet on my floor.
Like he's a guest and you're being like cordial
and
polite.
Gentleman, yeah.
Oh, man.
You should thank me. I'm doing your job for you. And then it wasn't like just in that one he missed it. In the other bathroom he did too.
What a cocksucker. It'd be like, instead of... What? Instead of acknowledging, like, okay, yeah, I'm making a mess of your apartment, he sees you put the towel down, and it doesn't even occur to him, like, oh, you know what? I better stop being an asshole. He goes, oh, thank you, man.
Yeah, like, hey, good job.
Good job,
Good
dude.
job helping out. It's appreciated.
Yeah, like, this is my place, man.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah, I didn't care for that at all. Do we have any ETA on Madsen or no?
Yeah,
is he running late or whatever?
Yeah, Roland just literally called me and said he's running a few minutes behind.
Wow, it's 12 minutes so far. But that's going to stress out Roland because we got a lot of guest book today. We get the comic book man coming at 9.
Well, I guess some of them will have to be pushed back a little bit, I guess.
Unless Michael Madsen wants to talk about comic books with the men.
He probably would, actually, but how many of them are there?
There's a lot of them. I think there's 2. There's we got Brian Johnson, Walt Flanagan, Michael Zapkick. I don't know how to pronounce Michael's last name, and Ming Chen.
Wait a minute.
4.
How far back are they?
What do you mean how far back?
No. How far back is Michael? Sorry.
They said it'll be a couple minutes late.
But Roland says that, and the guy hasn't even checked in yet. So I'm saying, should we take a quick break and then come back and do him? Because then we're going to have to do the comic book man after.
We can't. He's not even in the building yet.
Is he not in the building yet?
No way.
No. I'll call Roland right now.
Why are you pointing? Rob said, I have a phone. The mic's not on.
We can't hear you, Rob.
I just texted Roland.
Oh, okay. That's not good information.
Now the mic's off again. You're still talking with the mic off.
It's not important what he said.
What did he say?
He said he'll let you know what Roland says.
Okay, can he call Roland now?
Yeah, go see Roland.
Just call him.
He's gonna call Roland.
Boy, he gets very bossy in there, doesn't he?
This shitloaf. He is a microphone Nazi in there. He's like, no, I will turn it on when it's appropriate.
Yeah,
for you
why
to
don't you just
speak.
leave it on when we're talking to?
Besides, I don't think Shitloaf Anthony should ever be the one in charge of knowing when somebody should speak or not speak. I don't think that's probably not his strong suit. Roland.
Oh, he's on his way
here
up,
in the
so we won't
building.
break up.
They're both here. Do you want them all together? Or
No, Michael
No.
first.
And do the comic book? Is it okay if the comic book men wait a little bit?
I have to wait a few minutes.
Okay. And when is Michael Madsen out at? He's pushed back a little. It smells in here, doesn't it?
Thanks, buddy.
It's maybe get some of that air
No,
freshener.
what are you doing?
Before Michael
No.
comes in.
Good, let him come in.
Let him come in.
Absolutely.
Okay.
He's a man.
He is a man.
Let's see if he notices.
If any guest would say something, it'd be him.
We blame Roland.
Yeah, okay.
That's not Michael Madsen.
No.
No.
Less manly, more handsome.
Yeah. Definitely more handsome. Although not in his younger days.
No, that's true.
Nah, not in his younger days. And Michael Madsen's, fucking Reservoir Dogs days, he could have fucked any girl Rob could have fucked.
Well, there's no grit to Rob.
No, not at all.
Rob is just a cutie pie, but
Yeah.
Michael Madsen has a lot of grit.
He has
to
a
him.
grit to him. Rob is not a gritty guy.
No, he is not.
Rob's a handsome snowflake.
No, Rob
He's
is
a genteel boy.
Rob is like a sheet of loose leaf that was cut specifically for a special ed class. No edges.
That's true.
No edge.
Yeah, that's
no
true.
edge.
He was
He's like-
cut out.
He's like a circle piece of paper, making sure all the special needs children don't get paper cuts.
He's a
no,
handsome cookie cutter boy.
right. No edge to this kid though. No edge.
Michael Madsen's
like
a gritty guy.
Yeah. Rob is about as he's about as gritty as a Supercuts hot towel.
Yeah,
You
he's
know what
about
I mean?
as
It's
he's
just-
about as gritty as gritless putty.
I mean, putting gritless in.
Not good?
No, it's not good.
Matter of fact, if there was a movie about you, they'd call it Gritless in Seattle.
You could have said True Gritless.
I was about to say True Grit.
Anthony, it doesn't matter.
Sorry,
You were-
sorry,
cares what
sorry.
you were about
I'm
to
gonna
say?
nope.
How does that help?
The fact that you were about to say that and didn't was the
What do
only
you want-
smart thing that you did.
What do you want credit for the thought?
Yeah.
All right, hand for him. He had the
Right.
thought he almost said.
Hey, guys who host the show, just want to let you know, producer back here was about to say that.
Right there with you, boys.
Yeah. God damn this kid.
I mean, you didn't like. What's that?
He can't control what he says.
You can't control
Do you
that
notice
mouth
it?
of his.
We had this discussion after the show yesterday. I had to ask him about it.
What'd you say to him?
Troy gave him
Talking
after the guests leave. We should get into it. Troy did have to give him a really harsh talking to the point where Mark Norman felt uncomfortable about it.
Oh no!
Like Troy isn't exactly Patch Adams with his bedside manner.
No, he's not.
No.
Although
No, he
hopefully he'll be Robin in later years.
Yeah, Troy's not like Robin Williams as a doctor. He's more like Robin Williams with a belt.
It's crazy. It's crazy behavior.
Is it? Because you think he's a little nuts?
Yeah. There's something off.
Troy sat there and like listing his flaws and asking simply why. And again, Michael Madsen's coming in here any moment, so
And we'll get into it. Yeah,
but we should get into that because I would what I want to hear because one of the flaws is young Shitloaf's inability to retain any information whatsoever. So I would like to see or hear what was retained from yesterday. Wouldn't that be interesting?
I would love to know.
Because you remember what you said, right?
Of course.
Well, you retain things.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell Nico he doesn't have to bring the food in right now just because it's a weird time. Matt's is late and we're gonna.
Nico.
Yeah, tell me. Don't worry about it. We'll eat after because it's gas backed up.
Yeah. And
if there's no time for a break, we'll just do it.
Right, and then we'll break it at 9:30 or 9:45.
What time is Elijah? 10.
Elijah's at 10.
Okay.
We're gonna get backed up, but then we'll get Elijah out here at 10:30, and then we'll get into.
I would like to know what Troy said to Shitloaf yesterday.
Looks like Nico might be put on the back burner until next week.
Yeah, that's okay. I do want to meet him and spend some time with him. And
I think Nico deserves a little bit of time. I think there's some diving in to do with that guy. Plus, here's what I really want to know from Nico. I would like to know his assessment on the inner workings of what goes on because he's a quiet boy. He hasn't said much to anyone.
Yeah.
And I would like to know his true feelings about the people that he works with.
Yeah. You know who else they said that about? The guy in Vegas. It's quiet and normal.
Yeah.
That's how it always is. The quiet normal ones are the biggest creeps.
Let's just check and make sure that Nico hasn't purchased 30 guns in 1 year.
Yeah, or they're going to find fucking a bunch of like dead prostitutes with little minuscule mustache hairs in their vaginas, hammered into their vaginas. Fucking.
Nico does have a John Waters going on above his
He
lip.
really does, and he's gonna beat the little mustache hair into their vagina with a hammer claw. Fucking angry boy. It's gonna be some bizarre crime.
It really will be. Oh, Nico.
Getting killed with a hammer must be a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Getting killed with a bat would suck, but I think one clunk with a bat could knock you out. Like it could kill you, or But getting killed with a hammer.
Man, I was watching that
Wow.
episode of The Sopranos from season 3, where Bobby Bacala's dad is played by the dude from Rocky, where he has to do the killing and he's coughing the whole time and everything.
Oh yeah, that's Burt Young.
Yeah, but that storyline.
That was Bacala's dad. I don't remember
Yes.
that. Oh,
Yep.
that's right.
But that storyline starts with the guy who Bobby's dad ends up killing. That guy kills another guy with a golf club.
Oh my god!
And they show, and it's really bad because like he's twitching and everything, and you can't tell if like he's just twitching because his nerves are going or if he's still alive.
Yeah.
Like, it's bad, man.
Golf club.
Blunt force trauma has never been fun for anyone.
No, and there's one in one of the earlier seasons of The Sopranos too, where the guy is he hits the guy in the head with a bat, a tire iron, and he fucking knocks him out. And it's so funny. The guy's the mob guy, and he's in the hospital, and they all show up, and fucking Paulie Walnuts brings Whitman's sampler.
That's the same one. That's the one we're talking about.
Oh, it was the golf club. Oh, you're right. Okay,
yeah, that's the same one.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize you were talking about that. That was a golf club. You're right.
Paulie brings the Whitman sampler and he puts it down on this guy's like unconscious body.
Yeah,
and then after one of them leaves, Johnny Cakes picks up the box of Whitman sampler.
Vito.
Vito. He just peels off the plastic, throws it down on the bed while the guy is like unconscious, and just starts eating the chocolate and passing it around.
That, by the way, that is if everyone wants to know what the greatness of The Sopranos, it's not the killings, it's not the mafia, it's the fact that this guy's in the hospital, and this fucking murderer, Paulie Walnut, shows up with a Whitman sampler.
But a Whitman sampler.
Yeah, but a Whitman sampler. Like, it's the most logical thing in the world.
Of course.
It's a guy who murders people trying to be normal.
Yeah.
That's the genius of that show, that there's a guy who brings a Whitman sampler chocolate to a hospital.
And then you're looking at these other guys who live this life of crime, but they see this box of chocolates and they really like to enjoy a chocolate.
I think The Sopranos is the greatest example of humanizing. Oh, yes, Rob.
What we got,
hold on,
Rob?
Hold on. Let me just turn you
Put
on
that
there.
handsome mouth on that mic.
Roland,
Lucky microphone.
Roland just informed me that Michael Madsen forgot his ID and had to do some stuff with security.
What?
And the comic book men have a hard out.
So why is Roland saying that he's on his way up instead of saying he's still down in the lobby?
Because I think I'm assuming that he was like Michael Madsen's in the lobby, and then he figured by the time he got to the studio, he'd be past the lobby.
No, I know that we could have taken a quick single break or whatever and done a couple of whatever.
Well, you want to get the CBMs in
How
here?
long is Michael Madsen out? And how far is he still down there?
I'm finding out right now.
You'd think Michael Madsen's like, oh, I don't have my ID. It's like, well, then fucking rent Pulp Fiction. I'm Michael Madsen. I mean, rent Reservoir Dogs, you know?
Yeah.
I'm Michael Madsen. I don't need my ID.
Because he said, are they on their way up too?
With the comic book,
they have a hard out at 9:30 for Comic-Con.
Yeah, but we can't have Madsen. He's not going to be up there.
Yeah, Roland wants to know if you guys want both of them or all of them at the same time.
No.
Tell Roland
can Madsen... Is Madsen doing other stuff here?
I don't want to push him back, though, because he might, who knows?
He gets weird.
Yeah. Roland said it's insane by the elevator. They're trying to get him on the elevator right now. It's insane.
Wow, if he thinks the elevator's insane, wait till he gets into...
Yeah, I guess 9 o'clock. And where
The
are
asylum.
Where are the comic book men?
Comic shop?
Because he said he was on his way up before.
I guess he's on his way up now.
Maybe. Do you want to take a quick break? We might as well. I mean, if we'll take a single. Do you want to take a single? Because if he's not here for,
I guess.
Are
We'll
they
probably-
here or no?
The
CBMs?
CBMs. Where are CBM?
CBM.
He's not going to know what you're talking about.
No, it's fucking 8 different
All waiting.
fetishes.
Yeah.
They're all waiting. Let's take a
All
break.
waiting.
Okay, yeah.
We'll
let's
be
take-
right back with
just
Michael
a
Madsen, the comic
single.
book man.
Yeah.
Reading and barking.
I don't know how this is going to go, but Michael Madsen is coming in. And the comic book man will be on the show.
He's on his
Maybe.
way. They're on their way.
With Michael Madsen.
But everyone has a hard out at 9:30.
Yeah. Everybody's about to have a hard on at 9 o'clock. You know what I'm saying?
I certainly do. Everybody needs to fucking...
I think we'll bring in Michael Madsen first, talk to
you
him a
have
little
to.
bit.
You have to.
I mean, maybe we'll bring in comic book men for the last 10 minutes or something like that.
Excuse me. Yeah, I mean, it's Michael Madsen.
Talk about maybe Michael Madsen's got an opinion on these funny pages.
I'll tell you what's not Michael Madsen's fault is the dog shit elevator situation we have here. How come we can't bring people up in that special elevator?
I mean, I don't know.
Why do we not? I mean, if there is a way to do it, they bring certain people up there, so why can't we occasionally...
I think it has to be staffed. The separate elevator.
Okay, and once in a while...
But you can't
I can hear Madsen outside. It's great.
Yeah.
There he is.
Michael Madsen.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Come on in, man.
Can I sit here?
You
Sit
certainly
here,
can.
please.
Welcome to the show.
I got my Starbucks. And,
Yeah, good for you.
You're ready to roll.
Yeah.
can I take this?
Yeah, take your
Take
jacket off.
Make yourself at home, man.
You can do whatever you like, sir.
Yeah.
Ever? Don't say that.
What to him, you can do whatever you
Yes,
like.
exactly. It's my hiney.
I might have some objections. Oh, Michael Madsen.
Getting settled in.
Of course he is. Of course he is. Explosion Jones.
So,
God
Michael,
damn it.
you forgot your
I'll be nice. I'll be nice.
Okay.
you forgot your ID this morning?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, how'd you know that?
They told us because they said you were running late, but they said you had to wait for because the security here is a nightmare.
No, it was in my phone. I don't know what the fuck I did with it.
Oh, okay. Is it?
Are you panicking?
I think I left it at the airport.
That's a terrible place.
Lift that up, picture. How'd they finally get you up?
Get me up?
How'd they get you up here without the ID?
I don't know. I guess because I'm Michael Madsen.
Yeah,
I guess because I'm Michael Madsen. That's what I said.
You would think so. People would just recognize you. You've been in 100 films.
They do, yeah.
Throw a DVD at them for God's sake and let them know who's coming up.
Oh, it comes in handy sometimes.
It does. I was going to ask you, have you had that where you where you forget ID somewhere or something else happens and you just got to kind of rely on look, just Google me and you'll see who I
I
am.
rely on it, but sometimes it happens and I don't expect it, but it's nice,
Yeah. When did you get into New York?
Day before yesterday.
Oh, okay. So you've been having a good time since you've been here?
I've been sleeping.
Just sleeping? Catching up on rest?
Listen.
Yeah.
I was in Cairo, and I went from Cairo to Chicago to Toronto.
Wow.
To Germany, and it's been a bit of a journey.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
What'd you do in Cairo? Were you doing press for this, or was there?
No, I wanted to take my wife to Egypt.
You did?
Yeah.
How was it?
Because I had to do a show there, and you can't just say, "Honey, hi, I'm going to Egypt." You just can't. That doesn't work.
It doesn't fly.
No.
So when you say you wanted to take her to Egypt, you had to take her to Egypt.
Well, I had to, and I wanted to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Were you scared going there, though? Because certain places scare me to go to because they've had, terrorist activity.
No. There's none of that shit going on, man. They say that, and they say that, and they say that because they want to scare the shit out of people. It's like CNN. They just want to destroy everybody, and they're just a bunch of fucking... It's sad.
So you don't get concerned with that. So you go over there and did you go see the pyramids? And
Whoa. Look at this.
He's handing Sam his phone.
Is that you and your wife on a camel?
Yeah.
By the pyramids?
Yeah.
Look how cool that is.
Yeah.
That's kind of what you do. You take the camel ride there. That looks fun.
You can see the three pyramids in the background.
He offered me 1,000 camels for my wife.
Tough to travel with.
She's very beautiful. I'll give you 100 camels.
Wow,
I said, well, buddy, I'll take a little bit more than that. maybe 100,000.
Let's see.
If you got that many before they all.
Oh yeah, I'd take your wife over the camel any day of the week.
You see?
Yeah.
See.
I can't see her from there, but hey, so when you were there, how did you like the pyramids? Had you seen them before? Or is this your first time?
Well, I seen them, in National Geographic and on TV, but I never been there.
Yeah.
So seeing them and being there is a different thing, right?
How'd it feel?
But they take people inside, and it's really claustrophobic.
It is, right?
Yeah, and it's hot, man. It's hot.
When you walk inside, how far in do you go? Is there just a little area, or do you go pretty deep?
I went in about 100 yards, and I turned around and I left. So.
Are you claustrophobic?
No, I just didn't like to be in there.
I would probably like to do it, but it might freak me out a little bit.
Go into the pyramids?
Yeah, but I might get the same way. 100 yards in, maybe I would say I'm done.
There's nothing in there, man. There's nothing in there. It's just like a room. It's like a lot of stairways and little ladders and things, and you might think that there might be something more interesting, but there wasn't. So.
It'd be cool to see, just to see like what they built on the inside, right? That they built the staircases and ladders and stuff like that. But once you see it for a minute, you've seen it.
Did you have any of those? Were you awestruck by any of it? Like, do you have a moment where you're like, "Wow, this is ancient. People did it," or did it not hit you that way?
I was more awestruck by Easter Island. I went to Easter Island, and I have to say that, at least for me,
the headphones, yes, sir.
Help yourself.
Oh, now.
There we go. All right. I thought Easter Island was a lot more interesting because they cut those little figures out of the side of a mountain, and they're like 40 tons. And I know Kevin Costner decided he knew how that was done.
What did Kevin Costner say about
what was his
Island?
theory?
I got news for Kevin. They weren't moved on logs.
Fuck Kevin Costner.
What does he know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I made a boring movie with him. So
What movie was it?
I did Wyatt Earp with.
You didn't like Wyatt Earp?
I thought it was slow.
I see.
You did that instead of Pulp Fiction, right? They wanted you to play, and you were already rehearsing for Wyatt Earp.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. I didn't want to, but I was contracted to do Wyatt Earp. So
yeah, it was your.
But
so
then
you
I
probably
did Kill Bill, and I did Hell Ride, and I did The Hateful Eight. So before you break my fucking balls, you know, fuck you, man. Okay.
I would probably hate Wyatt Earp too if I did that instead of Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, I figured it was a contract thing. I mean,
of
nobody.
course.
You know, it was what it was. I did Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah.
It was just, to me, it was another gangster picture. And I was already contracted to do Wyatt Earp. So
It is what it is.
So Kevin's theory now about these things being moved on logs, you think is a shit theory?
It's a bunch of bunk.
Yeah, you don't believe it.
Well, they tried it. They laid them on the logs, and then they pushed them, and the logs just went into the ground.
Oh, they sunk.
Yeah, and there's no trees on the island, so
where are you going to get the logs from?
Doesn't make sense.
So how do you think they did it? What's the prevailing theory?
I don't know, but Kevin Costner doesn't have it. That's for sure.
He's full of shit.
He's an idiot.
He's a dope.
I think that they had some extraterrestrial help. Yeah.
You do? Okay.
Do you think that that's how the pyramids were built too? A lot of people think the pyramids, Easter Island, Stonehenge.
Yeah,
this is alien stuff.
I think that was true. I believe that a lot. I do believe that. Even as a kid, I knew that was the truth.
You think that? So do you think? Cause they said that there were these maps that looked like they were the only way for them to get the angle was to be above the earth, and so you think that they might have inspired the where the pyramids were put?
like the Nazca Plains. All right. First of all, you wouldn't know what they were unless you were up in the air. So how? Why are they there? It looks to me like an airport. So I guess whoever left that, maybe they'll come back someday, but
Do you think that do you think aliens are here? A lot of people think that aliens, so here's the prevailing theory: the aliens were here and they started crossbreeding with humans, and so now there's all these people that have alien blood in them and don't even know.
Maybe so.
Wouldn't shock you.
Have you ever seen any? I've never seen any evidence of it, but a lot of people have seen things. Have you ever seen a craft or anything like that, or have you never had that?
Yeah, I lived in Chatsworth for a while. My first wife was Georgianne, and she was Cher's sister. And we lived at Val Kilmer's father's property on Trigger Street. And I seen a thing up in the sky one day when we were there, yeah.
You saw, so what did you see?
It was just like a thing. It was like it sat there like a saucer-looking thing.
So it was a structure. It wasn't just like light.
No, it was there, and then I seen it, and then it went behind the clouds. So.
And did you tell people about it, or were you like, nah, they'll think I'm crazy?
Nah, I didn't tell anybody because everyone would think I was full of shit. So.
Yeah, but Kevin Costner is the most sane person in the world with his log theories, right?
It's over.
Right.
For Kevin.
So you didn't tell anybody when you saw that stuff?
No, I did mention it. No,
no, you kept it underneath. And again, do you think it's one of those things where they target specific people? Because some people have had multiple encounters.
No, I haven't had any multiple.
Just the one.
That was the only one. Now, do you think it's a government? We've talked about it on this show before, and it's a fascinating discussion. Do you think that it's something that's being covered up purposely by the government, or?
I think there's probably a lot of things that they could tell the people, but I think that people might freak out. I think they might get scared and they might go berserk and they might have a riot. So, there's some things that just need not to be talked about. So
keep everybody calm, keep everybody in order.
Well, there's so much bullshit going on nowadays with people saying this and saying that. Maybe it's time for them to come back.
Yeah, save us, right?
Yeah.
Well, do you think we're in bad shape?
Straighten shit out.
Do you think we're in bad shape, or we're?
I think everybody's too politically correct and everybody's hiding.
Right.
They're all hiding behind what they really believe. And what's funny to me is there's newscasters who basically what they do is they read a teleprompter, okay? And some of them are pretty cute. And some of them are handsome, handsome guys, pretty girls. And they're reading a fucking prompter. And all of a sudden, they become celebrities. All of a sudden, their opinion means like something important. And they have little facial gestures and they have little, the eyes, they roll back the eyes, and they project the opinion of the network that they work for. And that's not fair, and that's not right, and that's not okay. Because the news should be reported as the news. You see, not with an opinion, see, based on the network's opinion, which they hammer them to do, see.
What do you think about the fact that people, though, now have almost acknowledged that and just look for whatever news source agrees with their opinion? They find whatever outlet agrees with them, and that's what they're going to watch or read.
Well, I think a lot less people are watching those kind of things now because they're not stupid. People are not stupid, and they're starting to see, and they're starting to realize that it's all a bunch of bullshit, and they're being manipulated. And so, God bless them.
You said people are hiding, which might be correct too. What do you think they're hiding from? Is they're afraid of being? What do you think it is?
Where's all the people who voted for Trump? All right, the guy's unanimously elected, and they're crucifying him on CNN. Where's all the people that voted for the guy? Where are they? Where the hell are they?
They're in those airplane hangars where he has his rallies.
Well, they don't bother showing them, so...
No, they don't show them.
Now, do you think that it's because they're afraid of being identified with him and afraid of afraid to admit that they voted for him?
I think there's an element of that, yeah.
Now, do you like him or do you not like him?
That's a mixed question, man. He's trying to repair and trying to bring back what was once thought of by America. But when you got football players who are on their knees during the national anthem, what in the name of God is that supposed to mean? These guys are athletes. They're professional. They're good at what they do. Do they need to use our flag and the American? How is that okay? I don't get it.
So you think that their protest is ill-placed and they probably shouldn't be doing it that way?
I think there might be a better way to do it. Yeah. Considering the fact that they're NFL players and they've arrived at a place of dignity and of fair play, and they're football players and they're good at it. Do they need to use that to crucify the national anthem of our country?
But hasn't the NFL lost a lot of their dignity based on their hiding concussions and allowing wife beaters to play? And
I'm not going to go into that, man.
Dog beaters.
Everybody does that, okay? Michael Vick and, people, they make a big thing out of he beat the dogs and he had the dogs attacking each other. And the guy in the elevator, he smacked his girlfriend. Have you ever smacked your girlfriend?
No.
You're a liar.
You think I beat my wife?
I think you do.
You're a liar. Man. You're a fucking liar. Man.
No, I haven't. I haven't fought a dog or a lady.
I don't believe you.
What? No, and you've had sex with both. So you don't believe me?
Excuse me, what was that?
No, don't worry about that. That's a whole different conversation.
So you don't believe him? You think that that's just something that guys do, and that the NFL is just kind of like, all right, it is what it is.
I think that sports should be sports, and I think that we should leave that alone. And I don't think it has any place in politics.
Are you a fan of sports at big time, or is it something you like? Did it ruin the NFL for you, or do you not really watch much anyway?
No, it didn't ruin anything for me. I think the Patriots are a great ball club. I think I used to like the Green Bay Packers. I thought they were a great outfit. I like the Green Bay Packers. There's been some great football players out there, and it's a national American thing. It's there shouldn't be any politics involved in it. It just shouldn't be.
An odd question, which is a little off the subject. I wanted to ask you about internal affairs. I didn't realize you were in that film. What did you do in that movie? Because one of the first things on your resume.
What?
You remember that movie? Jim is obsessed with this movie, Internal Affairs, with Richard Gere, and he's like threatening to have anal sex with his
I wasn't
partner's wife.
I was not intern.
You were not intern. It's on your resume.
No. Well, somebody must have put that on.
Still getting those residual checks.
It said you played Sean Stretch.
Actually, not. I'm not getting any residuals from Internal Affairs or whatever you just said.
Making shit up.
You're making shit up.
Well, I would never lie about your resume.
This is Michael Madsen, Jim. You have to know who you're talking
to.
The
IMDb is full of shit.
And maybe that's what it is. Yes, somebody put it in. They said you played. They said I made a mistake. I was looking at Elijah Woods.
Oh my! Is that true?
Thank you.
Oh my God!
Okay, thank you for correcting that.
Michael, I don't know how I.
Thank you for correcting that.
It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
Well, just a little mistake. We all make them.
What? We all make them. Ridiculous.
Hey, look at Adolf Hitler, man. If they would have let him in art school, and nothing would have ever happened. The guy paid, for fuck's sake.
You think?
And look at what happened because they wouldn't do that.
That is true. I mean, he was
he still might have been a
piece of shit, but he was an average painter at best.
Whatever.
You think if Charles Manson had been a successful rock star, he wouldn't have had Sharon Tate and all them killed? Maybe, right?
I'll have to think about that.
That makes me. You know what that makes me scared of? What the hell Michael Madsen would have done if he wasn't an actor?
I think that he was a psychopathic person, and he infiltrated people to do something bad for him because he was a miserable motherfucker, and he got people to do stuff that he wanted them to do, and he did terrible, ugly, horrible things.
That's right.
Yeah, and it's weird how he's like seen as this kind of anti-hero. People love this guy, and they
talking about Manson.
Yeah, and people
look at the Menendez.
Yeah,
look at the Menendez brothers, man. They shot their parents. They blasted them with shotguns, and then they lied about it. And then they went and bought Porsches and tennis lessons, and all of a sudden, I was sexually abused. You know, I think being sexually abused is not a reason to shotgun your parents, okay? Why didn't they just go tell somebody? Why didn't they just do something about it or leave or pack up and move out?
Yeah, I don't know that I believe that excuse.
I don't either.
I don't know.
The Menendez excuse.
Yeah, I don't know if I do either.
Yeah, what do you...
The comic book men, there's two of them.
Oh, should we... You want to... Michael Manson, you want to meet the comic book men?
We'll bring them in. They're doing... You have
the comic book men.
You have a... You
guys, you got to forgive me. I'm a bit tired.
No, that's okay. We love you.
Morning.
I was just trying to tell them we're down a microphone. We're down a microphone. There's two of the guys are here.
People over there, they give me a little...
What mic is that, Sam?
looks.
That's the couch mic.
I know.
I think it's 8, maybe?
Okay, hold on. We're trying to figure this out.
I saw him on the elevator.
Yeah, hi, guys. Sorry we had you waiting. We're all backed up, and we're down a microphone. Sam's microphone broke.
Yeah.
So we're now he's talking on one... No, Troy, that's no good.
I'm going to replace it.
Oh, okay, great. So what mic would that be turning on?
8.
Okay. 8, and you are...
Troy. He helps us out.
Check.
There it is. The comic book men.
And Michael Madsen. So we apologize for the wait, guys. We're sorry to have you wait.
Yes. Welcome. Do you do anything? The comic book men are in town because they're doing Comic Con. You ever do any of those Comic Cons? You're probably very, very popular at them.
Yeah, they're a little bit weird to do because you kind of feel like a dish rag and you kind of feel like you're taking advantage of people. But
really?
But at the same time, there's a lot of wonderful, wonderful fans. And they are very, they're happy to see you. They're sincere, and it makes their day. And if I can do that for somebody, then so be it.
Do you guys get sick of doing them? Because you do a lot of these things.
Do you ever feel like a couple of dish rags?
Excuse me. I don't do a lot.
Oh, no, I didn't mean you. I meant the comic book men.
We're
you.
We're at opposite ends of the spectrum. I'm an attention whore, so I love it. I'm a short Asian kid from Michigan, man. Like no one ever paid attention to me before all this, so I love it. But
so you like it then?
I do like it, and you make
They're
a little
nice people that come there. You make their day.
Yeah, it's you make people
they're
happy.
Very proud and very happy to see you.
And they're happy to hand over some money for that too. So that
you don't mind that either, do you?
I mean, I got needs too.
I have 6 children, so I get it.
Yeah, kids got to eat.
Yeah,
I'm a tall
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. That's Mike 8. It's not.
I have actually 7 children. So
7 children. Just turn them all on.
I just found out that I have a daughter. So
when did you find that out?
About a month ago.
Really?
Yeah.
A daughter. How old is
the
she?
daughter?
She's 38.
Wow. How did you find that out?
My son found her on Instagram.
Do you know that she's legit? Did you take?
Yes, she is.
Testing?
Yes, she is, because I got my mom to go visit her in Chicago, and they did the DNA swab on her mouth, and I did the same thing, and I'm her dad. So
who was her mom? Or who is her mom?
She was a cashier at a car wash, and she's no longer living.
Ah, that's too bad.
Was it somebody that you knew well, or was it somebody that you knew very briefly?
I knew her well enough that happened.
Yeah.
But it's not like you were in a relationship.
Right. Not a long-term thing.
No.
Are you mad that she never told you?
I don't think she had a chance to.
Oh, did she die young?
She told my daughter that I was her dad, but she left me alone.
The daughter did.
She had her own problems, so we'll not go into that.
Okay, so now that she's 38 years old, and you've spoken to her, have you met her?
I've spoken to her, and I'm going to go see her probably next month.
Oh, cool.
Wow.
And how does it feel to know that she's there and that you're going to get to see her?
Well, considering the fact that I have 6 boys, having a little gal is kind of nice, kind of a sweet thing. And
not that little, though. She's 38.
Kind of give her big hugs, and yeah, it's a nice thing. It's a good thing. It's a wonderful thing.
Does it blow your mind a little bit, though? When you find that out, are you like, isn't it jarring?
It did blow my mind. Yes, it did. Yes, it did.
I always wonder, like, what do you do if someday someone shows up and says, "Hey, you got because I have none, but to have 6 and then have your first daughter is, that's a huge."
That happened to you, Brian?
Yeah, it happened to me earlier today.
Such a weird coincidence.
Ming claimed he was my child.
I wanted a huge payout, dude.
It's happened to me before. I've had people in the past who've claimed they were my brother or my and it all just turned out to be a bunch of bullshit. They were just trying to get my money.
So were you a very promiscuous young man? Like, is that an easy thing to claim? Do you have a sordid past?
I wasn't promiscuous, but I'll tell you one thing. It's a long swim to Fag Island.
It's a long swim to Fag Island. Tell me, my arms are tired.
I have nothing against people of that ilk, and God bless them.
Yes.
But I am a heterosexual male.
You've got a lot of evidence, huh?
Apparently.
Yeah, I guess so.
6 kids, by 7 children. I mean, that's pretty.
7.
That's pretty impressive. Do you guys have kids or no?
I have 2.
How old?
12 and 10.
Oh, okay. And yourself?
I have one. She's 11.
Okay. So now are they into comic books as well? And by the way, Michael is promoting. We should at least mention what Michael...
Oh, yeah, you guys are going to love what Michael's promoting.
He is promoting an animated series, and it is called
Explosion
Jones, and it's on Go 90. You know, I met with them recently. That's actually like a really big platform now. It's GO90, the number 90.com. And you can see Explosion Jones. I'm guessing it's coming on now.
It's the El Rey Network, and it's Robert Rodriguez. I did Sin City with Robert.
Yeah.
And he came up with this thing. It's a cartoon. But it's very, very well done. And I do the voice of Explosion Jones, and I have a little daughter and a wife that's passed away, and being chased by people who want to do me in, and it's very fun. It's very fun. It's nice.
There's a lot of good people on it too. There's Vivica A. Fox.
I think I would have made a good Batman.
Really?
You think you would have made a good?
Yeah, I think I would have made a great Batman.
There's still time, right?
Sure.
Did you audition for it, or did you put your hat in the ring?
No, I never did that. They either know me or they don't. So
you don't audition at all?
I stopped doing that about 15 years ago.
Just because it's like you've proven what you're there to prove.
Well, it's not that. It's just demeaning. It's buffoonery. It's It's like, well, we're gonna have Michael Madsen come in here and he's gonna read for the this role, and then we're gonna give him shit money because he came in here, so he must really want it, so that we won't give him a fucking dime. So it's one of those, It's you kind of have to be a man. You kind of have to stand up and say, "Look, guys, you know that I know that I can do it. So why don't you just hire me?"
Wait, do I look like I live on Fag Island? Just give me the bar.
No, so you don't.
Which Batman movie would you have most liked to have done? There's the Michael Keaton, there's the Val Kilmer, the George Clooney. I mean, you go back as far as Adam West, but you probably...
I can forget about Clooney. That was a joke.
It was.
You didn't like him as Batman, right?
Fuck him and the Kevin Costner he wrote in on.
Did anybody?
No.
Did anyone?
No. Nipple-suited Batman.
You got the voice down. You definitely got the. This is better than Christian Bale's. Like,
I totally agree.
You already got the voice down. I'm in, man.
I could have done one of the earlier ones. I liked Michael Keaton, and I thought that Jack was a good Joker, and
he's great.
Back when that started, I could have been a good Batman, but it's all been disseminated and just ruined now. It's like a joke now. So. But once upon a time, I think I could have did it good. Yeah.
It's so weird because like you would do a good Batman, but Jim, my co-host, like he's actually become a little bit famous for his Joker impression.
Yeah, it's embarrassing, but yeah, I do a pretty good one.
Well, what would it? Because you like Nicholson, but like, what would your Joker sound like?
I'm the Joker now, Batman.
That was good.
Thank you, Michael.
That's how Cesar Romero lives, man.
Thank you.
That was super cool.
Thank you very much. See, Sam doesn't agree. He doesn't think it's good.
I don't think it's great.
Fuck him.
I agree. Fuck him is right.
Do you remember like Frank Gorshin?
Sure.
When he was the
Riddler.
The Riddler, and remember Cesar Romero was the Joker, and Lee Merriweather was the Catwoman, and wow, those.
I got a question for the comic book man. Why did the Cesar Romero Joker paint his paint over his mustache? He could have just shaved the mustache.
I was just gonna say that.
Really?
I think he was probably really mad that he didn't want to shave it off, and so he just said, "Come on, just paint it over, just paint it over, and it'll look crazy. I'll be the Joker." And
looked ridiculous.
I don't know.
I actually know why.
Why did he paint over his mustache?
Because his wife couldn't come without it.
No mustache rides, man. It's that simple.
So the Joker had to go home and go down on his wife.
Yeah, exactly. Without that clip tickle, she was nothing.
She liked the bristles.
That makes sense. That makes perfect sense.
Now, how do you guys feel?
That's a good question, man. I always wondered that. I always did.
Yeah, you guys don't know.
Wow.
I don't know. Yeah.
Do you think Michael would have been a good Batman? I mean, let's be. You guys are experts on this.
Yeah.
What do you think is wrong with the way they interpret characters in films from comic books?
No, just it's not bad. They're just not badass enough.
Right. They need to be more badass.
Well, I think Christian Bale, though, he went to like the darker side of Batman, more like Dark Knight Returns.
Christian did a good job. Christian Bale did a good job.
I thought it was a bit too.
Not George Clooney. He did not do a good job.
Nah, him and Val, they just blew it. But
Too much neon. I would have loved to have seen a Batman that cut people's ears off. That would have been awesome.
Yeah,
with a straight razor.
I just think it's a persona, and
right. So
Adam West started the whole thing, and that was a little bit campy, but.
So it wasn't so much the movie was bad; it was the George Clooney and Val Kilmer themselves were bad.
It's like Timothy Dalton playing James Bond.
Right.
What a joke! What a stupid joke! Even those chinos,
terrible
with the pleated chinos.
Yeah.
Man, no.
It doesn't work.
No, it didn't work.
It doesn't work. But the thing was, Christian Bale's a little, for my taste, a little stiff. And he said that it was weird. He's like, I'm watching Heath Ledger when they were doing the Dark Knight.
Dark Knight Returns.
And he goes, I'm watching Heath Ledger do this amazing thing. And he felt kind of trapped in the character choice he had made. He didn't feel as good about it.
No, I think I think Heath was wonderful. I think he was a great Joker. He really was, and God bless him. He's gone now, but he.
Have you started working on this Roger Avery film yet that you're doing with Crispin Glover?
Yeah, I'm doing that. It's called Lucky Day. We're shooting in Toronto. I did about 5 days already. I have to go back to Toronto to finish the picture, and Roger, he co-wrote Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
And he was great pals with Quentin. They both actually worked in a video store together, which is bizarre and ironic if you think about it. But they're very much alike, and they're very much connected with dialogue and storylines. And Roger had a bad time for a while. Quentin, rose to what he is, and he's a great friend and a good director, and I couldn't say enough good things about Quentin Tarantino.
How was Crispin Glover? Because he's your co-star on it. How's it working with him?
Freak.
He is a freak.
Yeah, he's an odd guy, right? We've talked to him.
But in his freakness, he has a certain dignity, and he is a gentleman, and he's been a gentleman to me. And I think that he has a great acting ability. He's kind of like the Dustin Hoffman kind of, strange, like a Michael Pollock, he's weird. Yeah, but you know what, though? In his weirdness, he's a great actor. And he's always been a gentleman to me, and I will say that now. Crispin, you're a gentleman and a good actor.
What do you think is Quentin's greatest strength with because you talked about being dialogue driven, and that to me is some of the greatest stuff is the back and forth normal type of conversations they have. What do you think is his greatest strength with that?
You know, he has the ability to tell a story without it being predictable, and it's not. You can't put it down because there's no remorse. There's no. It's hard to explain. Another director, Sam Peckinpah, George Stevens, Billy Wilder. They had the ability to tell a story, and it was okay if it wasn't good because it meant something. And I think that Quentin is very misunderstood sometimes because he loves movies, he loves actors, he loves stories, and it's not about the violence, and it's not about that's not what it's about for him. He's telling a story that's based in reality, and everybody wants to cut him down here and there. But guess what? His pictures are very successful, and that speaks for itself.
Yeah, and they're great. They're successful, but they're great. He gets criticized on every one, and they're all good movies.
It also speaks to the audience. You know, the guy's getting criticized for stuff that people obviously want to see.
Yeah.
So what are you criticizing him for?
No, there it is. You know, he understands me. He's hired me to do a lot of his projects, and I know what he wants me to do, and I understand what he sees in me, and I bring it. But I also know that I'm not being dignified. I'm not undignified. I'm not a racist. I'm not a mean person. It's just entertainment, and it's done in such a way nobody else can do it like that.
I agree. And just to promote everything properly, they're telling us who does Anthony? Who has to rap? Everybody has to rap, I guess. So you guys can't stay?
They gotta go to Comic-Con.
I think we can stay a couple
minutes. Yeah. Brian said like 3 words, man.
Say something.
Yeah, let the beard talk.
Let him talk.
Let him talk.
You guys say something, because I'm rambling.
This may not be the popular choice, but if I'm casting Batman, I cast Chip Chipperson. That's
wow. Yeah, for sure.
That's the movie I go see.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Chip Chipperson probably would have been a good Batman. Or fucking whatever.
Who the fuck is Chip Chipperson?
I mean, that's the question, isn't it?
It's Hollywood's golden boy.
I really had no idea. So.
Well, you don't know who Chip Chipperson is?
No, pal, no. Sorry.
He's a great actor. He's a comedic force. He's just a crazy.
Right, okay.
He's one of these podcasters.
Let's have Chris Rock play Batman.
Yeah, how about Chris Pebbles?
Or no, you know who would be better is Dave Chappelle. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got anything on that one?
No.
Okay, good.
Who the fuck
Don't say anything about Dave Chappelle.
Who the fuck is Chip Chipperson?
Dave would be a great Batman.
You think Dave would be a good Batman?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, he's a funny guy, man.
Yes, he's very funny.
Better than George Clooney, right?
All right. Well, they have to.
George is a phony.
Is he?
He thinks he's Cary Grant, and he's not.
How do you know him?
I've met him.
Yeah.
And he comes off, tries to come off like he's this debonair guy.
And he's just
you know, and those twins, you know, it's like the Michael Jackson thing. Those ain't made by him. Okay.
Is that right?
You don't think they're his?
They were produced in a
lab?
Yeah.
Laboratory.
Okay, so you think he's a phony guy, just as an actor or as a guy too, because of what you experienced?
God bless him. He made a tequila. Everyone loves it. You know.
That's true.
You don't give a fuck about it.
So did Sammy Hagar, though.
That's true.
That's true. That's not the
Cabo Wabo.
No. He thinks he's a fucking Romeo, and he's not. You know.
Right.
He's a little baby. He's not a Romeo at all.
Not at all. I mean, I don't like men, but
you know, he needs an upper body workout.
He does, right?
He's not in the shape that he thinks he's in.
He's weak-chested.
I feel like this is a precursor to celebrity boxing.
No.
I mean, my money's on Mr. Madsen over here.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you.
I got $100 on you.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you much.
Kick the shit out of him.
Thank you much.
That'd be amazing.
Well,
That'd be amazing.
the comic book band are promoting. I'm sorry we didn't. We apologize, guys. We like you guys a lot. We had a mic problem. It was just a whole fun. We didn't know there were only two of you. They told us. You're doing a panel today at 1:30. Comic book band returns October the 22nd. It's at midnight on AMC. It's immensely popular. And the other two guys, I guess, didn't come, but we have you guys, and I know Kevin's over there now. So we're sorry to have had you wait.
So get to that Comic-Con panel today at 1:30.
1:30. Not that we need to promote that because you guys are probably the biggest thing at Comic-Con. And
It's at
Michael,
the Hammerstein, right?
That's very nice of you to say.
Yeah, thank you. If only it were true. But yeah, how can we follow the great Michael Madsen?
Well, Michael is promoting Explosion Jones.
That's right.
It's a new series on go90.com, which is a really, really, it's a newer, a huge platform.
It's a cartoon where he fights George Clooney and Kevin Costner.
It's a great show. It's fun to do. It's very nicely put together. It's very, very funny, and it's really good.
I have faith.
I'm proud to be in it.
I watched
Very
some of it.
proud.
It's very funny.
And I'm sorry I thought that you were in fucking the internal affairs. I just looked at the wrong paper.
That was embarrassing.
Humiliating.
Yeah, that was
Then
really-
again, he liked my Joker, and he didn't know who Chip was. So I think this was a very complete day.
It was a complete day. Thank you, Michael Madsen.
Okay.
You're one of my favorite human beings, Michael Madsen, and to the comic book man, I'm really sorry for you guys that it was
Don't
a
be.
delay.
And we'll be back after this.
We'll be right back. No one better than Michael Madsen.
I'm going to try to get Elijah Woods to curse about some celebrities, too.
Holy fuck, is he an entertaining guy?
Elijah Wood's going to come in, and I'm going to be like, yeah, fuck Macaulay Culkin, right? And he's going to be like, yeah.
How funny was that? I fucking literally was looking at the wrong...
That was really embarrassing.
Oh, I didn't care. But I will ask Elijah about that because I didn't know...
She used the same question again. It's the same interview on the same day. Why not?
I was in internal affairs. The fuck are you talking about?
IMDb is full of shit.
IMDb lies.
He was great, man.
Who the fuck is Chip Jefferson?
Yeah, that's a nice drop to have, isn't it?
Roland Campos is a piece of garbage.
He didn't say that. But your internal dialogue coming out.
Nico's little mustache hairs. Likes to pound him in the vaginas with hammer claws.
He does?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, that was really...
That was a lot of fun.
Fucking great.
Yeah, man.
I hope people enjoyed that as much as we did. Michael Madsen,
of course they did.
How can you not? He's literally the most entertaining guy in Hollywood.
We have, don't let Elijah Wood hear you say that.
I'll
He's
tell
coming
Elijah
in
Wood the
next.
second he walks in.
That's a
I love
bummer.
Elijah Wood, too.
That's a bummer for him, though.
He'll know it.
He will.
Elijah, Michael Madsen's the most entertaining guy in Hollywood.
How about Harvey Weinstein?
Well, I've heard the possible sexual assault thing.
Possible.
Is it harassment or assault?
We don't know.
Or is
we don't know.
I wonder if the assault, now, are they saying he forced somebody to have sex, or is it one of those things where he grabbed an ass and that's now
They haven't
considered
said any.
assault?
Well,
Yeah.
it's probably more than grabbing an ass if he's assembling a team together. Because
Probably.
that's what the story is.
Yeah.
That there's apparently some charge that's about to break about Harvey Weinstein. And in the meantime, Harvey has been assembling like lawyers and damage control people.
Harvey's a terrible Batman.
And all these people. By the way, I don't like that nobody in the room was with me when I thought it was absurd that Michael Madsen said that all guys beat their girlfriends.
Oh, I didn't. No,
didn't
I'm
argue.
Team Michael.
Yeah, no, I
thought you were lying.
No, I wasn't lying.
You're full of shit. You never hit your wife.
Well, I never have beaten up my wife or my dog. I didn't think I had to put that on the record, but I definitely haven't. I don't know if that makes me a bit of a square, but it's not something that I've done. I don't know.
Michael's old school.
He's old school. I've never done it either, though. Never done it.
Well, you're young.
I'm
You're
weak.
You're the new school. Yeah, I know. Like, if I hit my wife, she'll hit me back.
Yeah, and harder.
I don't want to.
And then she'll teach you how to park a car.
I bet she could. Why you bring that up again?
It's
We're not talking about driving.
I know.
It just doesn't help me at all.
I know. But it's fun. It makes me happy on the
It does?
outside. Yeah. Yeah, it makes me happy. I loved him.
Yeah, he was fun.
God. He's a phony. He thinks he's fucking Romeo and he's not.
Yeah, he just
Trashing
started
George Clooney.
trashing George Clooney out of nowhere. Trash. I liked it. I love that he trashed Mike. Not Michael Keaton. Kevin Costner too. That was full of sound bites. I mean, He believes in aliens. He found out he had a daughter at 38 when she was 38.
Who the fuck is Jim?
He thinks George Clooney sucks.
I'm going to laugh
He thinks
about
Kevin
that.
Costner sucks. He doesn't know who Chip Chipperson
That
is.
I don't believe, but I'm going to laugh about that all day.
There's a lot of stuff in that interview. That's like Nancy Grace territory. The people should be reporting on that.
Yeah.
A lot of news broke in that interview. He thinks that all men beat their wives.
And but he's just such an honest guy. He's just kind of like a free flow, whatever he's thinking he says.
Yeah, his hair's all messed up from the headphones.
He's just the best.
Did you notice that?
Yeah, he didn't care.
He didn't care.
He doesn't give a fuck.
He didn't care.
Because he is who he is.
Right.
And he won't even audition. He's like, yeah, you know who I am. You know I can do it. Just hire me.
He said at some point you have to be a man.
Yeah.
Implying that when you audition, you are less than a man.
Well, one thing I didn't like that I didn't ask was that his dad was a fireman and a real man's man. And his father never saw any of his movies. And he finally like, hey, you're going to be in a Western? I like that, The Hateful Eight. But then his dad died. So we didn't get to ask him about that. But what an odd relationship with the dad.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't give a fuck about Michael's acting career.
It's fucked up.
Yeah.
It's not good. Quite bad. Quite bad.
I wonder why. Was he jealous or did he not think it was a man's way to make a living? I mean, if you're a fireman.
But it might be a little bit of both. There are blue collar guys that don't want that for their sons.
But once you're a success at it, like Michael was a hit.
No, he was a huge hit.
He's a bona fide movie star.
But but people don't. There are blue collar guys, old school blue collar guys that don't want movie stars in the family. You know what I mean? They want an average Joe. They want
throw the helmet on, go put out the fire, go have a Sanka.
Right. Sanka?
Yeah, decaf. I got to get to sleep. The old lady gives me a whole hard time.
I don't know. You start drifting into movie stardom when you say Sanka.
Sanka?
Yeah.
No.
It's not blue collar.
Sure it is.
Sanka?
Sanka, that awful decaf, that fresh roast. You'd take hot water and fucking put the Sanka in and stir it.
Is that right?
Oh, my God.
Container of coffee.
Utter shit.
Container of Sanka.
Yeah, give me a container of Sanka. Sanka decaf. Does anyone even drink Sanka anymore?
No. I didn't even know what you were talking about.
How come Sanka is unpopular like Starbucks?
I didn't know what you were talking about until you explained what Sanka was.
I think Sanka...
Anthony, you know anything about Sanka?
Used to come in that little orange tin.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I love how nervous he is. Every word that comes out of his mouth.
Should be.
He's shaking. He's like, you used
Nothing
to come
worse.
in that orange tin?
Michael Madsen's in the middle of the story and I hear in my ear, do you want the comic book men? Up.
I don't have a problem with the comic book man, but I have a problem with the deliverer of the message.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to hear that.
So, Elijah, what was it like to be in internal affairs?
You practicing?
Did you get to hang out with Richard Gere? I'll do it like that, like that's casual.
How old was he then when internal affairs?
Well, that's why it wouldn't have occurred to me, yeah. So I'm going to say, so what
You
was
didn't
it
know
like,
Elijah Wood was a child star?
what was it like to be in internal affairs? Was it like, did you get to like hang out with Richard Gere?
That sounds so casual, like you just thought of it.
You like that?
Like it's just conversational.
Cool, I'll do it like that.
Like it's not hey, Jim, it's me, Elijah Wood. Did you see Lord of the Rings?
Hey, yes, what's up, man?
Hey, man.
I was going to ask you, what was it like to be in internal affairs? Did you hang out with Richard Gere?
That was great because you added in a couple more uhs, like you were just kind of assembling the sentence.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of something in the moment here.
Like it's a free flowing exchange of ideas.
Yeah, like there's a couple of people organically talking.
Yeah.
And then when he finds out it was pre-planned, he'll be so impressed he'll put me in something.
You think so?
Yeah, I know it. This is my story. This is my moment.
You should take. He's got a production company.
Yes, he does. Does he?
Oh yeah, he does.
Good. Where is he?
This could be your big
There he
moment.
is. No, it's Handsome Rob.
That's not Elijah
Where
Wood.
is he? And don't lie or I'll know. Hold on. Go ahead, sweetie.
He's
wrong one. I thought you were going
Jesus
to
Christ.
he's just leaving Pete Dominic now.
There he is. All right.
There he is.
Dominic. All right.
Why'd you have to take a shot?
I'm not.
You like that, Troy? Took a shot?
Oh yeah.
For no apparent reason?
All right, let's bring him in.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Elijah. Hello, Elijah.
Hey, man. What's going on? Good to
What's up,
see
pal?
both
How
of
are
you
you? Good
again.
to see you.
Yes,
Oh, I
that
didn't know you had
works
two
for
guys.
me.
Okay, hold on. Let's see here.
Of course.
5 and 4. We're all on?
Sam Barnett.
Hi, Sam. How are you?
Hey.
Hey guys, I just want to just double check you guys have us down with our correct air dates and networks.
We're on the air right now, miss.
Yeah, but let's...
You're talking on the air. Who is she?
Is it... okay.
She's with BBC.
Oh, okay.
Season 2 premieres October 14th on BBC America.
Hope you guys aren't doing Fallon later. She's gonna walk right out in the middle of the camera. Hey, making sure we have.
Hey, Jimmy, did you have the right?
Welcome to. So you were in internal affairs. Did you used to like hang out with Richard Gere or anything?
You rushed to it. Man.
There was no hanging out with Richard Gere, but yeah, I was around him. Yeah.
Here's why I'm asking.
He was practicing that question.
Have you lost weight?
Yeah, I have. Thank you. I felt like I put a couple back on, but I've kind of kept most of it off.
Looking good, dude.
Thank you, man. The reason I asked is we just had Michael Madsen do a stellar interview in here. He was awesome.
Wow,
and
Michael Madsen.
He was shitting on a bunch. He was shitting on Kevin Costner and
everyone.
George
Clooney.
Wow.
Oh,
Are
yeah.
you kidding?
And then he asserted that all men beat their girlfriends.
Jesus.
I mean, it was just crazy town.
That is an interview for the ages.
Yeah.
But has that been podcasted? Can people?
It just happened.
It just happened.
Wow.
Like he looked. I was talking about the NFL. And I said, yeah, but haven't they lost a little bit of honor with the, with the wife beaters and the dog beaters and stuff? And he was like, do you have a girlfriend? I was like, yeah. Oh, I have a wife. And he was like, you ever smack her? And I was like, what?
What?
No. And he was like, I don't believe you.
You're full of shit.
He's like, you're full of shit.
And he
So
is
he's
full of shit.
essentially is saying that he's implicated himself in beating his former girlfriend.
No, he just knows Sam hits his.
Oh, okay. I see.
I
Right.
thought it was for everyone. It was just me.
But I had this open, so I asked Michael. I'm like, you were in Internal Affairs. I didn't recognize him from Internal Affairs.
He's in Internal Affairs?
No, that's but that was his reaction. No, I wasn't Internal Affairs. And then it turns out it was your.
He was reading your IMDb.
Yeah, fucking IMDb. I had it open to the bottom. In 1990. I mean, I didn't realize. How old were you? You were in Internal Affairs?
I was. Yeah, I was. I was 1990. So I think we shot it in '89. I was 8.
What did you do in it?
I played. Which Baldwin is in that film?
I don't remember. It's been many years since I've seen it.
Daniel Baldwin. I played the son of one of the characters.
Wow. Okay, I didn't realize that. So I thought Madsen maybe played like a cop or something. So I asked him and was corrected.
I think I'm only in like 2 or 3 scenes in the film.
Do you remember auditioning for it?
I don't remember auditioning. I remember working on it, and then the 2 people who played my parents took me to the zoo so that they could get a sense of, like, we could form somewhat of a bond before we started filming as their son.
Was that weird?
That sounds really weird.
Sweet. It was really sweet.
Yeah, I think that sounds like a nice.
If I were like your parent, though, I'd be like,
that's weird.
You can't take my kid to the zoo.
My kid to the zoo. These strange actors.
And they're like, no, we're trying to get in character, and I don't. Yeah,
he's our son now.
That's not how it works.
Have you worked with kids? Because I've gone many times. I've talked about Daniel Day-Lewis in There Will Be Blood.
Oh God,
the way he touched the kid in that. Like, have you worked with a kid where you had to like hug him or pick him up?
You guys can Elijah Wood if he touches his.
No,
if he touches
meaning when you work with a kid who's not your kid.
Yeah,
it seems like a really scary thing.
Oh, you mean like you have to touch him as if you're their parent?
Yes, in the film, in the role,
right?
And
I've never played a parent.
Because he the way he handled his son in that,
right?
I was like, he's touching someone else's kid, but and it really looked like it was his son.
Sure.
And I'm like, that level of comfort.
Right. I see where.
So taking you to the zoo is not that crazy.
No, not that crazy.
I just bring it all back around for no reason. Basically. I just basically spoiled the interview with a who gives a shit fact about a guy that retired from acting abruptly. Do you know why he retired, by the way? Anyone know why Daniel Day-Lewis left?
Nope. I don't. I think if I were to
is he
harbor a guess, I think it's. He goes through a very intensive process that everyone knows about. It's sort of legendary that he goes so far into becoming his character that he lives as that character for the duration of the film. On Lincoln, he was only referred to as Abraham Lincoln on set. On The Crucible, he helped build the sets of the town and then also lived in one of the homes. So I think you can imagine and extrapolate on that. That would be a very intensive thing to do every time you go to make a film, where he literally extracts himself from regular life for that period of time. And I think that's a lot.
So his wife is like, I'm tired of fucking Abe Lincoln.
But I mean, imagine that, like, it's not as... We turn off. Like, when they say cut, we're off and we're talking amongst ourselves, and then we go back in. And it's not one versus the other in regards to how you get there. I think his performances are extraordinary, but I also think that takes a toll.
It must be tiring.
Have you guys had to work with people that don't turn off, like the way he doesn't turn off? Because I always wonder if that's annoying
to other people, right?
Yeah, to the other actors.
We had an actress on our season that didn't turn off.
Yeah, we did.
Really?
Yeah, we did.
What did she do?
There's a character in our show. Can we say? Yeah.
Yeah, you're the boss.
Wilder.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the actress is really wonderful and super charming, and she kind of, her thing is to sort of be in the character the entire time.
Wow.
But
that's not annoying for you to be like, oh, let's have a conversation here.
It wasn't annoying because
No.
she's not annoying as a person.
Gotcha.
She's lovely.
Yeah.
So
How do you know?
also-
She's doing a character though.
Well, that is true. But the character's a really beautiful character, isn't it? And
Yeah.
and in a way, I mean, if anyone's going to stay in character, it's great that it's her because it's one of the weirdest characters in the entire show.
So is
it's
it
really
much
hard
different
to
than
do.
her as a person?
That is a good point. I actually don't know.
Don't know.
I don't either.
Because I don't know. I genuinely don't know what she's. She seems very sweet, but I
So
don't know
it was
what
like
she's
a
like.
fun character to be around.
Yeah,
So the
she's-
fact that
yeah.
was the person you were around wasn't annoying because
Yes.
you didn't mind the character.
I think it would depend on the person, right?
Yeah,
And the
definitely.
character.
And it would depend on the character.
Yeah.
But you wonder as an actor, would you? I would be embarrassed to stay in character, like cut, and then the sound guy is doing something, and I'm like, fourscore.
What is that, a camera?
I'd feel so
I don't know what
silly.
these cameras are. I'm Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they're all watching me.
I would feel embarrassed as well.
I would.
feel
Right?
like I would
I would.
be feeling like I'm being an imposition on the entire crew to support my thing.
Right.
But
Right,
it's-
like
but
it's-
saying that, I don't have. I have full respect for people who do it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I would feel embarrassed. But it's not to say that the person doing it is wrong.
'Cause you
I don't think I have the capacity to do that because it would feel like I'm drawing too much attention to myself.
Right, you don't want the people who are working with you on these projects to all be living under this assumption that this is an Elijah project and it's all about you and we're just here to make sure that we get the best performance out of Elijah. Like you're like, no, we're a team.
We're a team.
Yeah.
And that's how I think. But again, it's no criticism to the people that do it because my God, the results are amazing. And
Yeah.
it's a sandbox, right? And everybody's doing their specific role to contribute. And if that one person needs a certain environment to exist in that space, fair enough.
I sit in the sandbox and the cat covers me.
I would love to watch somebody do it though poorly. Like I would love to see it not have good results.
I'm sure that happens.
Like have a bad actor
Yeah.
who then continues to portray the character poorly off set. And you're
Oh,
like,
it
you're,
must.
Like
you're
all
so
that
bad at
effort,
this.
and
Yeah.
you just get a bad performance in the end anyway.
Like I would imagine, like in community theater or something, there are people who take themselves way too seriously that just stink at it, and are doing that, and are like they read that Daniel Day-Lewis does it, so they're
Right.
like, well, I'm also a great actor, so I'm going to do this, and you have to just deal with them doing like a terrible accent.
You
or something.
know that happens.
Yeah, of course it does.
You know what I have encountered more often than not, though, is not method, but rather people keeping their accent going. That I've seen.
That's probably.
But do you
And
know
that
what I
makes
mean?
me laugh.
But just to help themselves.
Yeah.
so
That
it's
makes
more
sense.
natural.
So you don't forget.
Fiona Dourif's father, Brad Dourif, who was in Lord of the Rings.
And Cuckoo's Nest.
Yeah. Oh my God.
And The Exorcist 3.
Oh my God, he's so good in The Exorcist 3.
Isn't he tremendous?
And he's the voice
and
of
he popped
Chucky
up
as
in an
well.
episode
We
of The
were-
X-Files in which he was incredible.
And he
He's
was
an
also
incredible
in
actor.
Deadwood as well. He's an
By the way,
amazing
his
actor.
daughter is also in the new Chucky movies.
And
Yes.
she is also in our show.
Hey.
And plays Bart.
Yes.
Did you get to meet
She's
Brad?
great.
Yeah, I worked with Brad a bunch.
Oh, you met him in The Lord of the Rings, you met him too.
Yeah. But the thing about Brad, on taking it back to that thing, on Lord of the Rings, he kept his accent going the whole time just because it helped him with, a foreign thing that he wasn't used to.
But you're
think he
talking
did that
to
in
Brad. But he's
But you were totally having conversations with Brad. He was not worm-tongued.
Fiona does that. She keeps the Bart voice, but you're very much talking to Fiona.
Do you think he did that in Cuckoo's Nest when he had to keep a stutter? Because he had a bad stutter in that. I'm like, do you do that off camera when you're?
I imagine he may have. Yeah.
That wouldn't annoy me as much as somebody pretending they were a totally different person. But then again, you have such a lack of being self-conscious. That's probably why Danny Day-Lewis is so fucking great, because he has no fear of embarrassing himself, no self-conscious. He's just this guy. And to be able to do that in real life, it's probably even harder to do that offset than it is on. So if you can pull it off offset.
It's sort of a thing where you could look the fool, right? So it's actually kind of brave.
I mean, I just want to check my phone between scenes. Do you know what I mean? I can't.
You don't want to keep working.
I don't want to keep working. I want some downtime.
Yeah, you want to rest.
Quite lazy.
How different is the guy you're playing from who you are, though? Like, are you playing a guy that's very different?
I think he's totally different. And then throughout season 1 and season 2, people keep going, "Oh my God, you're so like Dirk." So I don't know. I think he's totally different. I think some people often think that you are the characters that you play, and I'm really not. I can speak as fast as he speaks because otherwise I couldn't speak as fast as he speaks. Do you know what I mean? But that's kind of it.
That's funny though, because people get so used to the TV show, they're like, "Oh, that's you," and you're like,
Yeah.
Did you know me at all before the TV show? It's not. It's
not me.
not what I'm like at all.
Not me.
Who do you guys play in this? Could you describe the show a little bit for anybody who's not seen it?
Oh, fuck. Go. Your turn.
All right. The show, Dirk Gently's Holistic Detective Agency, is a show about Dirk Gently, who is a holistic detective. A holistic detective is someone who, instead of using clues and the sort of the regular step-by-step process of determining how to solve a case, allows the universe to show him where he needs to go. It puts the things in front of him which seemingly are tangential and random and chaotic, and those things ultimately, hopefully, will lead to a result that solves the case. And it's essentially about Dirk and my character Todd, who he's kind of roped in to be his assistant unwillingly, and then sort of now as a willing participant, kind of navigating these cases. And each season is a case. It was described by Max this season to us that it's actually an anthology show in the sense that each season is a different story, but it's also a different set of genre. So our first season was time travel and body swapping, and this season is high fantasy and magic, but it's the same characters. So it's an anthology show in which the same characters occupy the show, but it explores different cases in different worlds. And
Is there any type of thing that actually works? Is this a totally fictional style of being a detective or no?
What's that?
Is this a totally fictionalized style of being a detective, or is there anything called, what was the name of the
Holistic detective.
Now, has that ever been tried by anybody or no?
No,
Oh,
I just don't think that's a thing. I think partly because it is Dirk very much relying on his intuition,
Right.
but it's also a bit of a really crappy superpower that he has.
Right.
It's crappy as in because it doesn't really work very well, and he gets into a mess all the time. But essentially, he is sort of connected to some sort of energy and flow of the universe, which really does take him where he needs to end up.
Well, intuition is something. I mean, look, you get
Not
gut
exactly,
feelings.
Absolutely.
It's scientifically provable, though.
No, it's not. But sometimes you just know. Like, you ever somebody gets on the elevator and you're like, "Oh, that person's a creep," and you just know.
Sure. Sometimes you sit down to do radio with them.
Yeah, absolutely. Wait, whoa.
Hey, we're not that bad. Come on.
Yeah. No,
So-
but people are gonna think you mean me. Just clarify.
Yeah, that's fine.
Cool.
So Max Landis is obviously the creator and the writer and everything in the show. And I think we talked about him a little bit when you came in last year to promote season 1. That it was such like the show is so different from anything else that's on TV. When it is successful, especially successful enough to get a season 2, does Max then kind of go nuts with his season 2 and realize, well, now I don't have to the little bit that I had to prove to people to get season 1 on the air. Now that it's a success, I can do whatever I want. Is there that feeling, or do you not? Is there a discipline to it?
I think what's great about BBC America is the risk that they took on doing this show, because I think Max from the beginning has done what he thinks he needs to do and what's right for him. So if anything, this is just kind of confirm that it was a great idea, and
It's
he just gets to
validated.
run with it.
Yeah.
Validated.
And honestly, before we even got a season 2, he had it mapped out pretty well in his
He's
head.
got the first 4 seasons there
Yeah.
in his mind.
That's got to be great for you guys because you're probably gonna get 2 more seasons of work.
God willing.
Fingers crossed.
Or, at least, or at least if you do get the seasons, it's not going to be some guy frantically like, oh my God, I got to write another season.
Yeah.
And just like
That's true.
shitting the bed.
No.
Like,
No,
it's-
there's very much a plan, I think.
Totally. And the great thing about the second season is that the establishing's out of the way.
Right.
So the notion of, like, what are we doing tonally? Who are these characters? Where are they coming from? That work is done, essentially. So it's now just expounding on those characters' journeys, and it allows the freedom of just, like, jumping into a story, which there's also a complicated aspect to the storytelling that existed in the first season that certainly is a part of this season. It's very chaotic. Things seemingly are disconnected. So it sort of requires you to focus to follow it.
Sure.
The first season was far more complicated.
Like
than this
willfully
season.
complicated, though,
Totally,
wasn't it?
Totally.
Like it was sort of on purpose that complicated that as an audience you had to sit back, let it wash over you, and you do get the answers and the end result. But you have to wait a few episodes. I think season
it's almost
2
like
is,
training you to
It is.
watch the show like this.
It is
This
because
is how this show is.
because it's so unique.
Right.
I think we had to teach people how to watch it. Season 2, I think, is a lot more streamlined. It's set in 3 very specific places. They all feed into the same mystery. I think it's easier to follow, but no less complicated, no less crazy. And I think a lot more fun and character driven because we know our characters so well now.
And it's also, just to give you one, it's going to premiere October the 14th on BBC America.
Yes.
How do people find BBC America? Because I don't always know where everything is on the cable. I just sometimes Google helps. Like I'll just Google it, FiOS, BBC America.
I mean, Google could help every single time. It's there.
But
It's
is there a
the
better way to do it?
time.
Yeah, all of the time.
Like never fails.
It never fails.
But is there a better way to find it?
BBCAmerica.com.
Okay.
Yep.
You can catch season 1 on Hulu right
you
now, and then season 2, on BBC America.
Do you get nervous when a show premieres that people aren't going to like it?
Yeah.
I think last season in particular, because it is such a bold show, there really isn't anything quite like it. So I think the anticipation of people getting what we're trying to do and going along with it was a little bit more of a
told it was very much
So
wrapped
between
up,
that and this, you were probably in this like space of like, what
you
the
know
fuck?
what? It worked out really well because I was optioned for another couple of seasons on Penny Dreadful, and had that gone on, I would not have been able to do this. And I was cheating a little. I was flying on the plane to my screen test whilst not knowing if I'd even be able to do it because Penny Dreadful was still at that point going ahead.
Did you suspect that it might go away,
I didn't
though?
realize it was that close.
Oh, it was really close.
Wow.
Yeah, we were kind of like, okay, let's just not I mean, it's bad, but we were like, let's just not tell anyone here and we'll just carry on with this process and see how it works out. And thank God it did.
You were just, they literally just blindsided you and said, all right, we're done. There's no indication.
No, they did it to everyone, fans and cast alike. I mean, not in a bad way. It had a very satisfying ending as a show. I just think people felt it had more in it that could have run with it. But of course, Ava Green's character got killed off, and I feel like she was the linchpin in that show.
Right.
So without her, it was a question of, can you reinvent?
In hindsight, it's kind of nice sometimes when a show that you like ends before
While
there's still a little
totally
bit
agree.
of... Yeah.
Like things like The Office.
Yeah.
In the UK, 2 seasons, right?
Mm-hmm. 12 episodes, 13.
Perfect. Same with like Fawlty Towers, great comedies that Britain sometimes does, and they do 2 seasons, and it's enough.
Because in America, that fruit was squeezed by the end of
Oh my God, yeah.
Wasn't a drop of juice left.
It's very true. They tend to milk things here, and the more pressure, I guess, because there's 24 episodes a season. You know, Ricky did six, a special, and finished.
That's it. Same thing with extras, right?
I think the British are better at doing that. I think they're better at doing that than American shows are. We're just like leaving you wanting a little bit more.
I think we're coming around to it, though. This notion of a limited series is starting to pop up here, which I love. And it primarily exists on cable. The networks want to milk something until it dies. Because if it's successful, they're making a shit ton of money and keep the thing on the air as long as possible. But
and not successful is the scariest thing in the world. Whereas on streaming, on Netflix or whatever, or a cable channel, they're like, okay, well, we got this other series then.
Yeah.
Like, we'll just try it with this one.
Absolutely. And I just love the freedom of something that's limited. It exists within one context and it tells a story, and however long it needs to tell that story, it does it.
Yeah, I loved Big Little Lies and The OA. Like, they were contained stories.
I did a limited series. It wasn't supposed to be a limited series, but it turned out to be a
single episode series.
Yeah, that's what I do. I've done a lot of limited things. Well, it's called Lucky Louie. It was just a whole character arc in one season, and also a couple of just one-offs.
Right. Oh, Louis C.K.'s HBO show.
The first one, yeah.
That was a limited run.
You know what's so funny? It was. But you know what's so funny? I didn't see it at the time, and I remember it was so chided. Like, it was really, really poorly received
by the critics,
and it was, canceled immediately. And then I went back years later, like once the HBO Go became a thing, where you could kind of go through the archives and check out stuff. It's really kind of clever and ahead of its time.
I think it's really
good.
He
essentially made, an adult language, like Odd Couple-y, live audience, studio audience with, canned sort of multicam sitcom, but with the content that you would never have in a multicam sitcom. I thought it was really innovative.
The fans of that show were weird. Like, we went up every week with viewers. It was weird, but the critics hated it, and it's so funny to see them love Louis so much now, because the same ones were like, he stinks. They trashed him for directing Pootie Tang. Yeah. And now those same guys are like, oh, okay, we
what
get
a
it.
genius. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a brilliant guy. But I guess that's how it is. When they like something, they like it.
Elijah, is Nick from The Bachelor your favorite celebrity friend? Because I feel like he'd be my favorite celebrity friend if he was my celebrity friend.
He's a nice guy. Yeah.
I mean, that's amazing. Did you watch The Bachelor ever?
I only watched this last season because of him.
Right.
So I met him through my friend Kyle, who became friends with him. They met at a music festival and became friends. And so he was just in and around, and I became friendly with Nick. And then he got in that interim of knowing this guy, he gets to be the Bachelor. And we were like, what the hell? This is so crazy. And so getting a kind of look into that world, like he was sequestered up into Bachelor land for months and nobody could communicate with him. And then we all kind of watched the thing unfold on TV, despite the fact that he knew what the result was, essentially.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because it's all pre-filmed over the course of a couple of months.
Sure, of course, yeah.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
Completely fascinating.
Yeah.
And I don't know that I'll ever watch the show again, but it was really interesting
Was
to
it
watch.
what you expected it to be or no?
Yeah, it's weird. It's uncomfortable to watch that show,
It
I
is.
find.
I
I find
watched
it's
that whole
uncomfortable what the and it's the same probably for Bachelor, though I haven't seen it, but you know, women or men fawning over someone they don't know.
One person, too.
Exactly. With the intent of marrying that person is so strange to me.
Right.
With after 2 dates, or which is the equivalent of like 20 minutes here and 15 minutes here and a dinner, they're ready. They're like, we had a connection.
Those are nice dates.
But what was so fascinating getting to know Nick was the understanding that environment is so heightened that it completely manipulates one's own emotional feelings and thought processes because you're in a bubble.
Right.
It's a complete microcosm. So the normal rules don't apply. The normal timing doesn't apply. So a lot of these people do believe and think that they have a connection with someone that they don't have.
Because you'll see, like, they get out of the limo, they meet this complete stranger, they say hello. And after a hello, there will be girls talking to the camera that go like, yeah, I mean, it was really quick, but I think we connected. And who knows? Maybe we'll be engaged by the end of this thing. And you're like, you said hi.
Okay, you need to watch Unreal. Because that is, yeah. Have you seen it?
I've seen the first episode.
Right.
And I guess it was made. Have you seen Unreal?
What's Unreal?
I have not. I've been called that.
Wow. It's good to know. It's set behind the scenes of a show like The Bachelor. And it's all about the producers and the execs who are behind the scenes manipulating all of the contestants.
So it's like it's a dramatized show.
It's
but
a
is
scripted show.
Is it based on reality or are they just guessing?
The people that created it came from that world.
Yeah.
It's kind of like
they know that world.
Is it like Quiz Show in a way where they're showing you the underbelly of how a lot of this stuff is done?
Yeah. It's a brilliant show. And it's the kind of thing that a friend of mine told me to watch it, and I was like, I'm going to hate this. I've never seen The Bachelor. I wouldn't watch this kind of TV. It is addictive. There have been 2 seasons already. There's another 2 coming.
Is it a comedy?
Is that true? Oh, wow.
There's a lot of humour in it, but it's dark. It's dark.
That's awesome.
How they manipulate the contestants. And you realise how you get people going, we connected after he looked at me once.
Well, as you're watching, because you know Nick, you're watching The Bachelor. Do you find yourself like falling into this world, being like, "No, that girl's not right for him. That girl's right for him."
100%. Of course, you can't help it.
So were you like,
watching it?
Why is he keeping Corinne around so much? Corinne doesn't have his best interests at heart.
Totally. And despite the fact that you have an understanding of the inner workings of this thing,
right,
and how heightened and slightly unrealistic the whole construct is,
only been in show business for your entire life, like
you do start to kind of go, "Oh, well, that girl is ridiculous, but that person's perfect for him." And of course, you get roped into the format.
But are you rooting for it to be good, though? Like, nobody wants to see it work out. Like, a train wreck is much more interesting to watch than, like, how was your date? Oh, he was a delight. You're like, well, but if it was a nightmare, you want to hear about it. So wouldn't you rather watch it fall apart?
Corinne was on the show for so long.
Right.
And that became apparent immediately.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as she had done a few things that were like, obviously you kick her out now.
Yeah.
And she stayed, you're like,
that's gold dust for producers, right?
Absolutely.
Got that. And I'd watch every week going, please
and
give
Corinne's
her a
apparently
rose.
very sweet, by the way.
Is she?
Yeah, I've not met her, but
she did
some
not
friends of mine have.
She did not come across
She doesn't
well.
come across as sweet.
She didn't come across
and that's
well on the
editing,
show.
right?
Sure.
Yeah.
And she's probably putting on a show too, right? She knows her role a little bit.
I think all of them are to a certain
Right.
degree. I think it's a mix of people trying to put their best foot forward as to who they are, but also it's a game.
It's entertainment.
Yeah.
Did you see your friend on that show, or did you feel like he was playing a character?
I will give him the utmost credit and say that I saw Nick. He's a genuine human.
People see Sam when they watch Dirk. and they're like,
Good point.
Yes,
Good
also when they
point.
watch The Woodsman.
The Woodsman.
He said people see Sam, and I was implying that he was a pedophile.
Oh, right.
I was talking about that Sam, though.
I know, I was talking about you.
Are you in The Woodsman?
No. They just
He
modeled
was-
it after his lifestyle.
He was. Oh wow!
This took a fucking
He's
turn.
making an inference that I'm a pedophile, which I'm not. I don't beat my wife or my dog or touch children or do any of those things.
Good. That's so
Actually,
good.
yeah, thank
I'm
you.
so proud of you.
Man.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Do you know what's bad too when you watch reality show people who like they do something like that and they have this trying to bring it back. You know, that's a really sad demise. Reality show people when they there's nothing left for them.
Here's the thing, man. Like you jump on that ship. You're not, to my knowledge, a lot of those people aren't paid a great deal. And then it's a machine, right? And they want to keep you in that machine. And there's a million different things that you can do that kind of keep the lifestyle going and to a certain degree financially. I kind of get it. Like if you came from nowhere and then jumped into something, suddenly you're on TV, your life kind of becomes defined by that thing.
I mean, wasn't that
I
Nick's,
imagine
like-
it's difficult.
Wasn't that his third like Bachelor type show? Third show in the franchise.
He had been
that
on The
done?
Bachelorette twice, I think, and then he was on The Bachelor, and then before that he did The Bachelor in Paradise. The fact that I know this much about it is very disturbing.
I think
what
you're a
is-
super
great.
fan.
It's great.
But what is the goal? Like, if you're that, like, is the goal like, okay, I want to get into a quote unquote legitimate
I think it's
project,
just to keep it going.
or do you just want to keep going in that world?
You'd have to ask each individual person. Some people want to just stay in that world.
I think you get fame. Like a lot of people get fame. And
They
they're
don't
like,
wanna let that
oh my
go.
God, how do I keep it? I like adulation. How do I keep it happening? Keep looking at me. I need another platform.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
Or it's income, right? I mean, it's,
Or for some of them, it's income.
Are you
yeah.
both private guys though? Like, would you ever consider doing something like that, like letting cameras follow you around, or do you really love your privacy?
no, I would never want that.
I love my privacy.
Yeah.
That would be a nightmare to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you felt it invaded?
I never have, but I mean, have you ever? I mean, because I walk down the street with you in Vancouver, and like, you get people coming to you all the time for pictures and things. You're always incredibly gracious and humble with them, and very kind. But like, has it ever been more like invasive than that?
Not really.
It's good.
Yeah, because I would think on some level, because you're like super recognizable just from all the years and people, you know, because you've hit people at different points in their lives based on whatever project like of yours that they love.
Mm-hmm.
And I would think that is just as bad as having a camera following you around, is that knowing that kind of everywhere you go, people are like, yeah, there he is, there he is, there he is.
It's it's funny, man. I genuinely don't think about it. Like I leave my house every day without that being a consideration. So
You're
I
just kinda
go
used to it.
about. It's not well, I suppose, but it's still also weird to me.
Right.
Even though I'm used to the fact that people can recognize me and will come up to me, I do still find it a bit funny and a bit weird. But it's genuinely not a consideration. I don't change the course of my day to avoid contact with people,
Which is
and
good. You've made it. You've normalized it in a good way.
Have to.
Yeah.
Do you spend a lot of time doing Hollywood celebrity things? Like a lot of
No.
people immerse themselves in that world and they only interact with other famous
Totally.
people. And then there's people who are like, no, I just kind of avoid it.
I think that's part of why, part of a myriad of reasons why my life feels normal. Is I don't. My life exists outside of. I mean, look, for better or worse, it's not to deride anybody who wants to hang out with other people in the industry, because that makes sense too. Like you work in the industry, you're friends with people in the industry, makes total sense. I just have always had friends that were outside it or did different things within the context of the world that we work in.
Like Beyond the Bachelor?
That make like that just make my life richer and different and slightly there's an escape from it.
It's important to have a life outside of this industry.
100%.
And some people don't, and if their sense of self depends on the industry, then they're screwed, because the industry is going to go up and down for them. So I think you've got to have a
completely
life.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess you have to have outside interests.
I think you need to have a life to be good at what you do.
I agree.
Sure.
To
Yeah.
bring
So that you're
life
not in that bubble.
completely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, so you're actually drawing from life experience. If you have no life experience,
Right.
because you're sheltered or you're doing some kind of celebrity thing all the time. That's also the difference between being an actor and being a celebrity. Like, there are some people who just really want to be a celebrity. and they want to be where the cameras are. Or
They're
they wanna
famous
be
for
where
nothing
there are other
almost.
famous people, and you know what I mean. Like that's a different thing than just being a person. Who's an actor.
But it's a job in itself, isn't it? Because I guess
Yeah.
it feeds that whole celeb industry, kind of celeb magazine type thing. So
that's become a major industry now.
Yeah, being famous for nothing. It's such a strange. Well, it's such a strange desire. I think it's from the outside. Those people have expectations of what that's going to mean for their life, and then they get it. Some of them obviously love it. I don't understand how you could, because once you get there, you realize that your life isn't your own. You're under scrutiny. It comes with so many awful aspects of living life.
And for every bit of like adulation that you're getting, which is part of it, like you're also getting strangers shitting on you all the time.
Yeah, but I wonder if it's that thing that attention is attention.
Maybe.
Like even negative attention.
But there's also positive. They tell us we have to wrap with you guys too. There's also positive stuff. You know, people recognize you. People are nicer to you a lot of times. People treat you well. You go first in line. You want to get into a restaurant, you can.
You get terrible Bobby Fischer T-shirts at a discount.
This happens to be a fine Bobby Fischer T-shirt. He hates my shirt because I didn't get him one. Thank you very much, Elijah.
Do you know what I would say one of the nice benefits is, genuinely, is that I can travel sometimes by myself to foreign countries where I know no one, and I'll have a sense of familiarity with people. And that's kind of nice. Where I feel like I'm alone in this place, and then I meet someone, and it's like, oh, even if it's based on that thing that's slightly other, I feel like I have an open line of communication that immediately makes another person in the world familiar.
And they want to help you.
Yeah.
And they want to help you.
Yeah.
A lot of times they feel good helping
That's
you as
a
opposed to
pleasant
another
thing.
stranger.
Totally.
All right, we have to wrap up with Samuel Barnett and Elijah. You're promoting Dirk Gently's, am I saying that right, Gently? Dirk Gently's Holistic Detective Agency. Season 2 does premiere October the 14th on BBC America. So just go to bbcamerica.com or Google it to find out what channel. Because I can never find shit when I want to find it. So just go and find out exactly where it is, and however you bookmark it on TV. I don't do that. I don't do that. I've learned to not rely on any particular channels.
You can just look at the number and be like, "That's the number that the channel
I forget. What number is CNN on your channel?
I don't know.
See?
Whatever has the CNN logo.
Exactly. Yeah, so just look for BBC on your TV.
That's it. That's it.
As I do on my computer. All right, we will be back very shortly. Thank you, guys.
Guys, thank you so much.
Thanks so much.
I think it was fixed, and then it got bad again because it hasn't been bad for a while.
Yeah,
And-
it's the same mic, right?
Oh yeah, definitely the same mic. I should mention today at 5 p.m. Eastern, I'll be over on the Tom Shalhoub radio show on Fox News Radio. So tune into Fox News Radio at 5 p.m. Eastern. And of course, tickets are on sale at HighlineBallroom.com for Sam Roberts Wrestling Podcast at the Highline Ballroom. Bubba Dudley's going to be there, working on some other.
Sure, I'll be there.
Well, I'm working on some other fun surprises that I was talking to somebody about yesterday, which I think will be very, very cool.
Okay.
So come to the show. Buy tickets at HighlineBallroom.com.
And I'm heading out to Arizona today. I will be on in Scottsdale and Tucson tomorrow and Friday. The Talking Stick, and I forget the name of the other theater. Just go to JimNorton.com. And I got Town Hall coming up, which is selling really well, and Philadelphia. A bunch of very fun gigs.
So yesterday after the show, you know, the Travis dog is on vacation.
Yeah.
He's on a Disney cruise with his family, who will probably throw him over the boat.
Yeah.
At some point, which will be unfortunate because I really like Travis.
I like him, but it would still be funny to hear about him being thrown off the boat.
Yeah, in the moment, I would probably, my first reaction would be to laugh, I think.
Him being murdered on a Disney cruise would be funnier than me liking him.
Yeah, I think that's right, too. I would agree with you on that. I think we'd be
He
on
would
the same
agree with that.
page. Yeah. But, so, he, you know, Travis is a very important part to this machine here on Jim Norton and Sam Roberts, and he left a lot of his responsibilities. The lion's share of his responsibilities were left to Shitloaf, which was a controversial call, but it was kind of the only call to make because Handsome Rob is technically only part-time. And Troy let him know, I ain't got time for that. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Has he been doing a good job?
Well, here's the thing. I'm very nervous about tomorrow because tomorrow he's going to have to do, like, he's going to do more heavy lifting than usual because you won't be here. Today he had to do almost nothing because we were so jam-packed with guests.
Troy, comment on the job he's been doing?
I think he's been doing a pretty good job. I think behind the scenes, things
Okay.
are getting done. things. When I tell him something, he does it. He's got a good attitude behind the scenes.
Okay.
So that I will definitely give him credit for doing a good job.
But
he just can't. He, for some reason, can't control words coming out of his mouth. And I'm just fascinated by this.
It's like a Will Ferrell character on SNL.
Right.
It's crazy when people can't, he's been told, first of all, this started when I was telling him when I was on Opie and Anthony, when I would walk into the studio and I would get bashed, I would have my tail between my legs for weeks.
Not me, man. I would dish it out as much as I would take it. I would hit him back.
You know what I mean? Like you walk in the studio and you're just like, oh man, like that hurt. I'm gonna be cool. I'm just gonna do a good job.
I'm gonna improve in areas that I might need to improve upon.
Yeah, where it's almost like whatever happens, it's just gone. It doesn't register at all. It's almost like it never even happened, and that to me is completely fascinating.
Like he's a dumb goldfish.
Like it just goes poof, gone, and it's just right back to what he was doing.
Yeah.
And we've had other employees that have been like this, and it's been fascinating with them, too.
Did they wear cocksucker red lipstick?
They sure did.
I know.
He was like that, huh?
Very much so. You would tell him something, and it would literally just be like you completely wasted your breath.
I told him.
Yeah, he thought he was a little bigger than he was.
He thought he was very, very important. I told him multiple times to his face that I felt as though he retained 10% of what I told him.
Yeah.
Because I would go on these.
No, I don't.
Right.
No, I don't.
And I go, you don't want. And he go, retain whatever you said. And I go, exactly. But that was a 10% rule. Troy yesterday was asserting that maybe with Shitloaf, we might be at a 0% retention rate. Is that right? Shitloaf, was that what Troy was saying yesterday?
Yeah, he says words just fall out of my mouth.
Is that true?
Do words just fall out of my mouth? Yeah. Of course.
What happens?
I don't know.
What were the criticisms that Troy had for you yesterday?
No, I don't know. I didn't remember. No, I'm just kidding. Troy said that I talk way too much.
Rob's laughing.
That's the worst part of it.
Rob's
Rob
laughing
back there cackling.
At his bomb.
At his misplaced joke. Yeah, but that's not for you to get. See, there he is. This is a microcosm of you, Anthony. You can't get mad at Rob for laughing at you every time you fuck up.
Which is a lot.
Because the reason he's laughing is because you fuck up doing the same things over and over again.
That's true.
Like, if you just hadn't been like, oh, this would be the good time for a pithy, sarcastic line, when it was a terrible time for that.
Yeah.
Because he's doing this, he's doing Anthony right now, and he's only said a few words, and I'm already on top of him. But he's doing this fake humility thing, like, I don't know. Like, it's so fake.
It's nonsense.
It's ridiculous. Like, yeah, sometimes words just come out of my mouth. And it's like the emotion that's behind that voice does not match any of what he's feeling right now. It's totally fake.
Oh, so stop at the fake emotion. We're annoyed by it.
But what did I say to you when I said to you yesterday?
Wait! Don't tell him what you said.
See if he remembers.
I would like to know what he retained.
Well, Troy said he liked me, which was comforting since
I do.
Yeah, that's fine.
You're a good guy.
He said I was a good guy. He just said he's fascinated by the fact that I can't retain anything that that he said, that anybody says, really, and that it doesn't, like, I have a blankness about me in a way.
Huh?
Do you?
Yeah, I guess.
Well, do you? I mean, do you know that? Do you retain stuff?
Or do you?
I feel like I retain stuff. Yeah, but
do you agree? So you disagree with Troy's assessment?
I disagree. Yeah.
Okay. So why do you think Troy feels that way?
Because I open my mouth too much and I say stupid shit.
Okay, so
it's annoying. I get it.
No, it's not annoying. It's like it's wrong. Like you're doing the wrong. It's more than annoying. It's like you're doing things that are wrong, right? Like you're doing things bad. Like it's bad. It's not annoying. It's
when does he open his mouth? I've only noticed it a couple times, to be honest.
Is that right?
Yeah, here and there. I mean, I haven't noticed it every day, but I may not have noticed it.
Well, no, he does it all the time. Yeah. On the air or off the air.
Yep. See, off the air, I don't even notice.
Oh, yeah. He does it a lot off the air.
I don't see him off the air. I'm pretty much here and I go.
Right. And then, like yesterday, I'm going, like the guys are going to help me move my office from one office to another. And I go, like, yeah, just, move everything over. We'll probably throw out a bunch of stuff. But anything that's confusing, just ask me about. And then Anthony goes, so, like, move the pictures, too? And I was like, yeah, I didn't take exception to that. I was like, yeah, move the pictures. And Rob just kind of made a little noise or chuckled or something. And Anthony goes, I know what that was. And I go, what? And I was going to ignore that too.
Sure.
We're going to move on. And he goes, what was it? I go, what was it? And he goes, Rob was about to make fun of me and say that asking, should I move the pictures too, was a stupid question. And I go, well, Anthony, it was kind of a stupid question, but you bringing attention to Rob doing that just makes us highlight the fact that you asked a stupid question. If he hadn't said anything.
He basically talks just to hear himself talk.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And he always, every time, he talks himself down a path of negative attention.
And he doesn't. Yeah, that will be the same reason for the disastrous parlays. It's literally retaining no lessons.
Right.
None.
And I asked him, I said, why can't you stop talking? Why can't you just
said that
stop?
to him?
Yeah, yesterday.
Oh.
And he just goes, I don't know. I said, so it just flies out of your mouth. He goes, yeah.
Is he nervous?
I mean, I don't, that to me is crazy. It's like almost, psychopathic behavior when you can't control things your body is doing.
So you wouldn't have in the old days just piped up on the air the next day after getting a scolding?
I would have my tail between my legs and just make sure my work was on point and I was doing everything I had to do.
Would you ever try to finish the host sentences for him?
No. And I would only speak if I was spoken to. And there's just no humility. There's nothing like, oh, fuck, man, I feel so stupid. The guys made me look really dumb on the air today for talking. Maybe I should stop. It's just like, it just keeps going.
Anthony, comment?
I got no comment. He's right.
Don't not talk now that we want you to. That's another bad quality.
So his assessment of you not retaining anything and going home and being like, oh, that was a good day, like never thinking like, oh, I wish those guys hadn't made me feel so dumb on the air or whatever.
No, I think that all the time.
Okay, well then why when he said that you don't think that, you just said no comment?
Because I don't know. I'm trying here.
Trying what?
I don't know. I'm burying myself. That's why I just want to hit this button to be off.
We don't buy the humility.
I'm not.
The
being
shucks,
serious,
ma'am.
Okay, here's the thing. You don't want to hit the button to be off because twice today you finished my sentences.
That's true, but you turned it off when Rob was trying to talk.
Yeah.
Did he finish your sentences today?
Twice he did it.
No.
Yes. Twice.
When?
Would I just make that up?
When? What sentence? Do you remember what he was talking about?
He did it once when we were waiting for the guests, when we had that sort of weird before Michael Madsen and them. And I don't remember the other one. I just remembered noting in my head.
You made a mental note.
That's the second time that's happened. You know when that happened. Like when something, it's like, why does he keep doing that?
Yeah, why did you finish Sam's sentences? Do you think that his hosting ability is not up to snuff?
Maybe I'm such an everyman. He's just like, well, any of us could do this. He's laughing with the mic off.
It's just
because I hate my laugh on the air. I listen back and I cringe. So I just
that's what you cringe at?
Believe it or not, yeah.
My God.
I mean, he does try on the air. It's not like he doesn't care. He does try.
No, he does. And
it's not neglect.
The gambling stuff is he's great. He's fun, but he just can't not stop talking when it's not that.
It's not neglect, and it's not bad work ethic by any stretch of the imagination. Very poor instincts.
Would you say he's an ass?
He is a bit of an ass. Yeah, I would categorize him as that. Yes, very poor instincts.
And this is, by the way, nothing compared to the beatings that E-Rock used to get, or Steve.
Those guys that used to just be like, "Hey, you're a big fat piece of shit." Like it wasn't even like like an assessment of work. It wasn't like, "Okay, here's a positive, here's the negatives, here's what you can work on." Like there's actual lessons and takeaways from all these bashings. The old bashings, it would just be "fuck you," like it would be terrible.
That would just be mean.
Why are you yelling at Rob?
No, I'm.
What do you mean, nah?
Well, I wasn't yelling. I was just asking Rob to do something.
Then why'd you go like that? Why'd you have your hand in the air?
Because I'm confused about something over here.
What are you confused
about? I'm going to
about?
go get Paul, and Paul's going to come back and help me.
What are you confused about?
No, there's something that I'm not used to. It's boring. It's nothing interesting.
Then you should be used to it.
Yeah.
Nailed him, huh?
Yeah. Sure
Thanks,
did,
man.
All right. So, what do you take? I guess. Is there any more to that? I mean.
No, it's pretty much it.
Do you feel like Troy was a little rough on you yesterday?
A little rough, yeah.
He was a little rough.
Rob noticed that I was just fucking. I shut down kind of a little bit afterwards.
He was a little
I was
harsh.
like, "Fuck, man."
He didn't need to be that harsh, did he?
And I mean, tough love, I feel.
Yeah, but did you feel that, or are you just saying that?
Yeah.
I felt a little bit. Because you know why? Because he said he liked me. And that's like, I like you, but...
I just don't sugarcoat things. I just give it straight.
Appreciate it.
This is, like, why sugarcoat it for you? You're an adult.
But do you feel like there are, I mean, there are things Troy can improve on too, right?
Spelling.
Seemed unnecessary.
He had an answer ready.
Yeah, it seemed unnecessary.
I mean, yeah, my spelling's not good. What do you want?
But,
Come on, he knows.
He knows.
Yeah, he does. I guess he does.
Yeah, I guess he does.
I guess so. All right, but you feel like he was a bit rough on you, but it was tough love.
Tough love.
I don't think he thinks it was tough love.
He doesn't.
You think he's just saying that because he knows he's supposed
Why'd
to
you
say
say
that?
he doesn't? You're the he.
I thought it was tough. I think it's tough love. He
What's he
probably
talk-
doesn't.
What is Anthony talking about?
You lost me.
I go, I don't. Anthony
Who
goes,
are
it
you
was,
speaking for?
Anthony goes, I don't think it was tough love. I go,
I think Troy was just telling...
he doesn't think it was tough love. Obviously meaning Anthony.
Right.
Anthony goes, no, he doesn't. I go, wait, who is he?
He's not paying attention.
No.
He's not paying attention.
No, he
I'm
doesn't.
paying attention.
No, you're not. You're talking to Rob. You're laughing.
No, not Rob. I'm definitely not laughing at Rob. Trust me.
Why? What does that mean? You don't think he's funny?
He's out here. That laugh is so fucking annoying.
He thinks that he's going to take his job.
He thinks Rob's going to take his job?
Yeah, I mean, Rob's killing it.
Are you a little worried that Rob is the creeping threat behind you?
I just don't want to get fired.
He started talking with the mic off.
He did. I noticed that too. I noticed that.
It was like a bad YouTube edit.
Wait, we have 1 minute, by the way.
Like it's totally out of sync.
We have what?
We have 1 minute.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
do you think you did well today?
No.
You don't?
Not particularly. Oh, I mean, like not on the air. No, I didn't do well on the air.
Oh, no. But you're not going to do well on the air.
No,
but I mean, like,
but
with
yeah.
your actual job.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
All right. I mean, I don't have any qualms. So I think today went well.
I think it was great. Thank you to the comic book man. We only got two. It was that Brian and Ming that came in.
Yeah.
And they're going to be a 1:30 panel over at Comic-Con. BBC America, October the 14th, is the Elijah Wood Sam Barnett show, or Samuel Barnett, and it's called
Dirk Gently.
And of course, Michael Madsen has the what is the explosion? The name of his
I don't know. I think it's just a cartoon character that beats up women and dogs, and George Clooney.
All right. Sam's got tickets on sale. I'll be in Arizona. Goodbye.